Good start. Okay. Name that tune. Charge.
That's what that was.
And we
Hey!
are back. We are WNBA champions,
Oh man,
and we are back.
Look at New
hold
York.
on.
We are back.
The only
to pod.
championships New York, the only championship New York can celebrate is the women's basketball. New York Liberty winning it all.
Yeah, it was. I went to the Giants game on Sunday, where they got clapped. I
Yeah.
mean, I was happy Saquon got his revenge because I do fuck with Saquon a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But as me and Kaz were leaving early, I was just screaming, "At least we have the Liberty."
That's it. The Liberty. They're the queens of New York now.
Why not us?
Brought my rally towel. Dub.
All we got, all we need,
Went to
baby.
bet a winner.
Facts.
Heard about it?
Why-
rally?
Why
towel.
not us?
Why not?
Why not?
Well, hopefully the Mets couldn't get behind that rally cry. They got clapped up. But
Well, I did wear a Subway Series shirt just in remembrance. You know.
what could have been?
Of what could have been?
Yeah.
I knew the Mets wasn't going to handle business, man.
Yeah.
I was kind of hopeful for a Subway Series.
I mean, I wanted it, but I knew it wasn't going to happen.
I went to the game on
LA was too
Thursday.
much. The Dodgers, they got too much over there, man.
I was hoping that it would also bring World Series tickets down. This could just be a stupid thought, but I was like, all right, if both teams are in New York, maybe like that would lower
Oh,
because there's more games for New Yorkers to go to.
more
Why would you
taxes,
think
too.
that?
More taxes.
Because there's only so many home games for the Yankees. The others are going to be in LA. So the tickets would be higher because there's less games. If all the games are in New York, then New Yorkers like maybe would go down.
I like that your brain kind of like
Was that
came up with
hopeful?
that? Yeah, but that's not how it works though. It would be double taxes. We got to pay double taxes if it was a Subway Series.
All of a sudden, the train fare would be like $40
Exactly.
to go to the Bronx.
2 stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, $40.
Okay, and we won't stay too local, but do we think that Eric Adams will be front row the way Giuliani used to be at all the World Series games?
Like
Like he was behind the catcher. You would
he'll
see
be front row at another.
Posada and Giuliani.
Well, he'll be close to the stadium. It's a courthouse right across the street.
A beautiful courthouse with a lot of steps.
Beautiful courthouse. If you ever seen the movie Shaft, that
Oh yeah, that is.
yeah, same courthouse. That's the courthouse Eric Adams.
You guys see his recent, he came out and gave a recent address and he wore this hat.
What did he address? I don't care about the hat.
Yeah,
The fuck is my tax dollars?
What did he have to say?
Nothing that he's throwing the Liberty a parade.
Oh my God.
They're gonna go around City Hall.
Before we go any
There's
further,
another prison over there too.
before we go any further, I do want to send prayers to DJ Clark Kent.
Yes, absolutely.
Continue prayers and strength and to him and his family. Send as many prayers up as possible for our legendary brother, one of the icons of our culture,
Absolutely.
DJ Clark Kent.
Love you, Clark. And definitely prayers to his family as well. Because I know they're going through this with him. And
Mhm.
fuck everyone on the internet that tries to be first with stuff.
I mean, you know how that.
Like confirm things like death, please. Because
yeah,
my heart dropped. I think that was what? Wednesday?
yeah.
We don't even need to get into it. Just you guys are weird. I'll just put it that way. And we
Mhm.
can get to some happier stuff. We're fresh from the 6th. Well, I left pretty early. I think you landed this morning.
No, I'm
From
landed,
Toronto.
Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I got back Saturday. I got in Saturday afternoon.
We can get in the show because it was one of my favorites, but Friday morning in the group chat, call Maul, like, yeah, you want to split an Uber? He's like, I think I'm gonna stay for a few more days.
Another day.
Yeah, but I thought that would roll into like, well, I'm already here Saturday. Might as well stay Sunday
and
and
leave
then
Monday.
take the Monday morning flight because it's only like 30 minutes.
Nah, I got out of there. I left Saturday, man.
Did you guys leave the boy in Toronto?
I did not see the boy.
No, the
Owl.
owl, the boy.
Oh,
Yeah, he was in
You left him up there?
one of those trees.
no, he flew down south for the winter.
He's in one of those trees up there somewhere, man. Shout out to everybody that came out to the Toronto show. Had a great time, man. Great crowd, great energy.
And shout out to our guy Snow Day,
Shout out to Snow Day.
Scarborough legend. We did a walkout to Wagwan Delilah, which was hilarious. I think the greatest.
So ridiculous.
The greatest.
It was so ridiculous.
I was really jealous when I went to go see Gillian Wallow when they were at Sony Hall because they came out with Freeway,
Mhm.
and I was like, damn, that's hard. Everyone's
Freeway, we
feeling
got
like
Snow Day.
so. Yeah, I feel like we kind of matched it with Snow Day in Toronto.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite what we do, but Wagwan Delilah, I think, really represents the town.
I represented it very well. Shout out to Snow Day. Shout out to all the guys that came out, show love. There's some ladies in the building too in Toronto.
Definitely some.
Yeah,
some non-means in
Some
there.
ladies in the building. Thank you to all the ladies that came out. had great words of encouragement, showed a lot of love after the show.
Yeah. Julian, remember that couple that got engaged on stage?
Yeah.
They got married and they were at the show.
He had
Rings
a ring?
and all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really nice rings
and
too.
all.
He was correct. He just needed a little bit more time.
A little more time.
That's this time?
But we brought them on stage and didn't even try to like break anyone up. Just celebrated love.
No, we can't. There's no breaking them up. Like she knows how to cook like African dishes now. Like
She a white girl, right?
Yeah. She's a lifer.
Yeah.
She's not going nowhere.
No, she's been brought in by her, what was it, Nigerian in-laws?
Mm-hmm.
That was funny. I could tell that they hate her. But very sweet couple. But it was just an overall really fun show.
Had a great time, man. Had a great time. Toronto was a lot of fun, man.
You went out after the show to get food.
Mm.
I went back to apartment 200 to see if I could relive the feeling from last trip.
You had to go stamp your flag again.
Listen, man.
Put your flag
I didn't
down.
quite do it the way Julian and Peach did. They went like 3 or 4 times last time we were here. I only went once. It was a great crowd, but I lasted, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It was almost closing time anyways, but
I was gonna meet you there, but I had to eat, man. I went to eat. I was fucking hungry.
Yeah.
I was on stage thinking about what I was gonna eat. That's how I didn't eat since like 12:30.
They got vegan poutine?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's vegan cheese and gravy.
But there's vegan gravy?
What is
gravy?
What is vegan
gravy?
Gravy?
Is just flour and fucking.
Yeah, but
gravy is not vegan.
There's
baby.
meat in gravy.
Gravy isn't vegan?
No.
Even the ones that don't have meat.
It's vegetarian. It's not vegan.
What is in gravy? How do you cook gravy?
Butter.
It's vegan butter.
Okay.
I thought there was some type of meat.
No.
In gravy. All right.
Well, you can put.
Well, no, you can put
gravy
drippings
on meat.
No, you could put. So gravy is usually made with the drippings that you cook from meat, but obviously vegans wouldn't use that.
Yeah, that's grease and shit too, though. You don't want that.
Well, how was the vegan poutine? Your sister said that to me, and I thought it was a joke.
Yeah.
Stop putting the N on the poutine.
Okay. He's been saying that.
He's calling poutine like he make it.
He's horny.
Horny. Like
the horny Irishman sitting over here.
I got no poutine out there, which was unfortunate.
You didn't get no vegan poutine?
No. No human poutine, no animal poutine, nothing whatsoever. I had two glasses of wine at apartment 200 is as freaky as I got.
Drinking wine at apartment 200 is hilarious.
That's sick.
They brought me a whole bottle like in the thing. I was like, I mean, does anyone want any?
You had a section at apartment 200?
I didn't ask for one. They brought me to
out
one.
there.
He had a bed at apartment 200.
Wait, did you guys know?
It was more of a booth. You know what? It was a section. Okay. And I felt good about it. I may have stood up at one point.
You gave a toast?
Yeah, Definitely dug my sneakers into that couch.
Okay, that's what's up.
Did you guys know they have a Tim Hortons at JFK?
Yeah.
No, I didn't know that.
I was gone. I landed there. I was gone for a night this week, and I came back and I saw Tim Hortons as I was leaving. I was like, that doesn't feel right.
You did another night in New York?
Because it's not a get out of here. Put a Dunkin' Donuts there.
No,
there's like a true American.
Everywhere.
There's Tim Hortons
I hate when you
all
go
over New
to
York.
the airport and your flight is leaving from the gate that has like it's nothing near your gate.
That's usually what happens to me for some reason.
I'm like, so there's no Hudson News, no Dunkin' Donuts, no nothing next to this gate.
Nope. Or the one at JFK. Wow, this is really a local New York episode so far. I hate that terminal at JFK where the only thing that's open in the morning is Shake Shack.
Oh,
like you want me to start with indigestion. You want me to shit on this flight.
Mm-hmm.
The
only thing open is Shake Shack at 6 o'clock in the morning.
You stop there every time.
It's either that or the Starbucks line that's around the corner.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll get some cheese fries at 6 a.m.
Get
on a flight to LA.
There's another restaurant. It's in LaGuardia. That's really nice. I forgot the name of it, but every time I go there, I try to stop there if I have enough time. That's LaGuardia. LaGuardia, they did a great job with LaGuardia.
That renovation is really
it looks
nice.
amazing.
It looks like
It's
LaGuardia
great.
used to be like one of the worst airports in the country. Now it's like one of my favorites.
Not to make this a Trump thing whatsoever, but do you remember like his first policy when he started running in whatever 2015? He was going to change LaGuardia. That was like his first policy.
It was that bad.
He said it's the worst airport.
LaGuardia, it was terrible. But now they did a great. Even like getting an Uber from LaGuardia is a lot easier now.
Oh,
yeah, Newark too.
I took that Uber shuttle for the first time.
How was it?
The cheapest to and from I've ever done. So the Uber shuttle, it's not just New York, or it might be. We'll stay local. Fuck it. It's they have pickup points, so it's like either Port Authority or Penn Station. I went to the Penn Station one.
Makes sense.
You reserve a time, $8. That's all you
to
pay.
the airport.
To the airport. So
what's the traffic like?
You go from. I got to the airport in. My flight was at like 11, so I got there in like 20 minutes. And there's no stops. It's like everyone's here, and there was me, 2 other girls, this big ass Mercedes, like the Sprinter, right to the airport. Dropped me off right outside the The gate. It was perfect.
I was gonna do that
$20?
on the
$8.
$8. I thought it was
$8.
$9. I was gonna do that to Toronto I'm sorry, everyone in Toronto. I keep putting the extra T. Toronto. I was gonna do that, but I had 2 merch bags with me, and I was sad I couldn't try that out because I think that's the greatest deal ever.
is.
I'm sure it's gonna be in other cities.
Ooh, I
Oh,
loved
yeah,
it.
Absolutely. They got to. This is just like the test phase to see how it does in one of the worst traffic cities in the world. But at Toronto's traffic though,
Yeah.
Toronto has some crazy traffic.
It's bare traffic for sure.
That shit at 1 o'clock. I'm like, where's everybody going? At 1 p.m. Where's everybody going right now?
On a weekday.
On a weekday. Didn't understand why the traffic was like that, but was told that Toronto definitely has some of the worst traffic.
Last year it sucked. The ride
it's
to the
one of those
venue was like an
cities,
hour and a half.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, we shout out to our guys that set us up with a sprinter. We get finally when we get a sprinter for free in a city, it's when the venue is literally across the street. Like I was hyped. Shout out to my man Kareem, his cousin was the one that owned the sprinter.
Yeah.
I was hyped. I texted him all like, locked us in, free sprinter, like trying to stunt. Like
I was like,
and he said, man, shit is across the street.
The venue is 5 minutes away.
He said,
Like,
cool, I'll walk over. I'll see you there.
got a sprinter to drive 5 minutes. That's what's up.
Yeah, and then I got in there. They were playing Akon. I was in my mood.
I forgot what they was playing when I was in, but it was cold as fuck.
It was definitely brick in there.
I don't understand. Yo, even
But
the
I preferred
hotel, the hotel room was like the heat wasn't working.
It wasn't working in
Your
my
heat
room either.
working? PJ, he wasn't working either, right? I had it on 83, and I swear I woke up and the bed was cold.
And it was the W, right?
Yeah.
Like it's the W.
It was
Why
a nice
is the heat
hotel.
not working?
It was really nice, but I don't understand what that heat was doing. I don't know if people in Toronto don't turn on heat until Halloween, but
None of y'all complained. That's my favorite thing to do is complain. Y'all didn't complain? Anybody?
well, what you gonna complain and say?
Just put a hoodie on.
I had it all the way on 83, and it felt like it was maybe 69.
And
So-
that means the maintenance man needed to come and do what he needed to do.
But if everybody's wasn't working, it wasn't just my
Yeah.
room. That's like a
You have
building.
to fix the hotel.
Yeah, like the hotel is doesn't have any heat right now. As soon as Peach told me that, I was like, okay, so it's not just my room.
They also had a champagne vending machine, which I had never seen in my entire life.
Mm.
All Moet.
Yeah. you
At
need
the
that.
W?
How much for a bottle?
I didn't even look.
They were
thought
little
about
mini
it.
ones,
Was it
right?
the mini one? Yeah.
He was like
many ones, yeah.
Denzel in the movie Flight. He can't have that.
Just
For
rated
for the shuttle across the street.
call time. I just fall out of the room with a bloody forehead.
Go downstairs, the whole Moet vending machine is empty. Like,
on
oh, he
stage.
went crazy last night.
I'm drunk right now. Underrated movie. I love Flight.
Oh God.
I just think it's hilarious they actually have it available on planes.
yeah, you need to.
Who's
Skip it.
watching Flight on a flight?
I would. I did one time.
I would never want to look over at the person next to me and they watching a plane inverted.
Yeah. Be thankful.
How many times do you think you've had a pilot that may have been either hungover or drunk or had cocaine in their system?
Oh, probably
Every time?
1 out of 3 flights. For sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Dude, you see them when they come back from when they go to the restaurants in the airport, they walk back.
Mm-hmm.
You got to look at them like, yeah, you just had a shot.
And I have a homegirl that's a flight attendant, and she tells me the stories.
Yeah.
Those flight attendants and pilots get freaky in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then move on to the next city.
Cleveland. Got
They're a crew for real.
Yeah.
It's a nasty, horny crew
Yeah.
up in those skies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyways, again, can't say enough about the Toronto show. Thank you to everyone that came out. Atlanta, we will be there November 22nd.
Yes, sir.
Tickets available now. Excited for
You excited
Atlanta.
Atlanta?
Of course.
Yeah, man.
Of course. I wish we
Forward
could have
to that.
stayed in Toronto a little longer, but
Yeah.
had to go be a family man. Most uneventful Toronto trip. I felt like I did the city a disservice.
I finally went to the museum in Toronto. The ROM, it was like literally 3 blocks from my hotel.
Yeah.
I went there. I was so high, I didn't remember what the fuck I saw. And I got to start taking.
Did you go alone?
Yeah.
Going
I
high to a museum alone is
Yeah,
hilarious.
I woke up. I got some. I got a latte. I sound like a housewife. I woke up, got a latte.
Open a bottle of Chardonnay.
Yeah, I smoked on the walk there, and I just walking around looking. I was like, oh, then I met my boy for lunch at like 2:00. So I was there for like 40 minutes. But I don't remember what I saw. I didn't take a single picture of anything. Like my friend was like, so you went to the museum and didn't take a picture of nothing? I was like, nah.
Yeah.
Just high, man. Just high looking around. I know people was like, who the fuck is this dude? Just high.
Did you talk to anyone?
the person that worked there?
You had a private tour while you were high?
Nah, I was just walking around looking at shit. I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. The building is really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Just looking at shit like, okay. See what this artist was doing here. Yeah.
The pod crew was kind of split this past week. I feel like we were technically with OVO, I guess you could say. I think Snow Days is part of the crew, sort of. And Julian was with Dreamville.
I returned back to my roots.
You was with the Dreamers?
Yeah, I went all the way down to Raleigh.
Oh man,
had to go to North Carolina, right?
Back to the scene of the crime.
You had to go with the energy.
I'll tell you what,
he went to Mecca.
All the energy
tell you what, the energy getting
Raleigh
off that
is
flight,
the Mecca of Dream.
The energy getting off that flight was
it's
not
the
as
Genesis
fun.
right there.
The energy getting off that flight was not as fun as it was the first time when I went down there for Dreamville.
Did you go to the festival grounds? Did you go to the festival grounds?
I stayed clear of Dorothy Hill Park, wherever that shit is.
All right.
No,
He definitely went. Like the same way, Julian, you and I went to the JFK scene when we were in Dallas. I know you went to the scene of the crime just to see like what it looked like.
Put some flowers where the stage was.
Yeah, that's their grassy knoll.
Oh man.
No, Wayno was on the grassy knoll.
It was fun. It was a good time, but there was like,
Maul, stop laughing.
it felt different.
Because Julian would go to the exact location.
I didn't go there for
where
shit.
J.
Like,
Cole laid his sword down. Like,
Said a silent prayer to himself.
yeah. Did you see any of the Dreamville guys?
Yeah, so Jungle.
I just went to Raleigh.
Yeah, you think I just went to Raleigh? You really thought I just went to Raleigh?
I'm asking. I'm getting information.
I don't know anything. I don't know anyone down there.
Okay.
Jungle, the amazing group. Check out
Love
their
Jungle.
music if you're not familiar. They're incredible. They're doing they did a long US tour.
Okay.
And Boz was their opener for their tour. They have a great relationship with Boz. They have 3 records together. He was the first featured artist on one of their albums. Like they have a really cool relationship.
Boz is probably the only guy from Dreamville that still fucks with me. None of those dudes over there fucking with
And
me.
even that's shaky for real.
And even Boz might it might be shaky with Boz. Like it might be on site when Boz see me. He might want to pop.
So anyway, went to the show. It was at an amphitheater. It was a very nice venue. Ebe was there. A few of the guys were there too, because some of them, are in town. They're recording whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went out to a hookah spot, smoked for till 3 a.m. and then went home. Got a flight a few hours later.
What was the conversation about?
I cannot see. This is the thing when you have conversations with your friends and you don't repeat what they were, especially to public people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying at all what we spoke about in the Hookah Lounge, but it was a very good, productive conversation.
Okay, I'm
happy I went. It was no like fuck this. It's we fuck the fuck we hate that. It's none of that. It was none of that.
Mm.
But it was really, really the one thing that we talked about that I thought was cool. I continued the conversation that we had here on the pod about. I was talking to Eve and I was like, hey, like. Cole's, I'm noticing he also, is putting out records on his own terms, like not on the DSP route. And we had a really cool conversation about like their strategy behind that and comparing it to like the other guys that are, doing so as well. But it was cool. Like, it's just nice to hear where they're at.
Can you get permission from them to have that convo? Because I'm very interested. I don't care about the beef, none of that. I care about their strategy of why everyone out of the big 3 is putting out music not on DSP.
Yeah.
If you could send that text, be like, "Hey, are you cool if we have that combo?" Hopefully, we can have it at the end of this week. Because I'm very curious what Eve and them have to say about that. No gossipy shit. That's information shit.
Yeah.
No Kendrick. We'll get to that soon.
You said no Kendrick.
That's his favorite thing.
What?
Information. You didn't even read it.
I didn't finish it. All right. Anyway, great. It was
definitely Dreamville.
I'm reading it. I'm in the middle of it. It was a great night. And then I came back here, went to the Mets game the next night, watched him get clapped. That was it. Yeah.
All right. So you had a good weekend. Baby D, what'd you do? You got that silky pony is working.
Yeah. Thank you. I
like
did
the
it
fit
myself.
today, too.
See that silky pony, girl.
You look very nice today.
Thank you.
It's still how many days? Yeah, I know.
Is that a slip dress?
Day 3.
No,
baby, what day we
we're
on?
in the hundreds. We're way in the hundreds. We damn near 200. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. We scroll back to shows.
I was about to say we recorded when it was 90.
Yeah.
I don't know if that adds up.
That was like a month ago. Yeah.
So now we're at 200? I didn't know there was 110 days in a month.
It's been since May. I lost count. I'm not counting no more. It depresses me.
Okay.
Rose, putting that Rose to work. That Rose, like, if you come to this drawer one more time.
Maul, I swear, I promise you it's not a space opportunity. I promise you.
I'm just, all right,
I'm going to show you how old you is. I promise
My bad. But what'd you do this weekend, baby?
Clit starts to sigh when it hears that drawer. Again?
It's like Pavlov's dog.
See, I'm beating off when I'm single. You beating off in a relationship.
That's
Why you fucking me?
Ooh, you rubbing one out after apartment 200?
I've made peace with it.
Hey,
your words
after
can
leave an
affect-
apartment 200 is crazy.
I took mental notes.
Ew, ew.
Clock the baddie.
Oh my god, that is hilarious. But yes, baby D, your week.
I haven't. I did
You
nothing.
was outside. You
That's
went
all
Oh, I
you're
did go
stuttering.
outside.
See?
I lied. I went to work. I went to Bottle Wars and
Bottle Wars.
Yo, saying you did nothing. Oh, I forgot. I went to Bottle Wars.
What's
No,
Bottle
you were
Wars?
outside.
Huh?
What's Bottle Wars?
So it's a party where the men and women are in competition for who can buy the most bottles, and then you get points for every bottle.
That's some
Wait.
loser ass.
So is that a
Watch
way?
your mouth.
Sorry.
Who's keeping score?
I know,
Watch your
like,
mouth.
I'm sure it's a great event, but the
Who's
concept
keeping
of just
score, though?
blowing
How
money
do you
on
keep
bottles.
score?
The bottle girls. They
So
keep score.
how much points?
Well,
how
there's
much,
physical bottles. You can just count the bottles.
That's like legitimately a racket, and also that's getting men to pay double what they actually do because I know they have to buy their opponent's bottles as well.
Why do you think every party I've ever been to, women spend so much money on alcohol? Like
Mm.
I don't know what kind of girls you be around, but
I
women
pay
be
for the
buying
drinks, the ones around
money.
me.
Mm.
Like women be buying bottles.
And then I
like
store that in my head and beat off
big
later.
bottles with their own money.
I've never seen
I be in part. Okay, well, you should hang around bitches who are engineers, doctors, lawyers, nurses,
Where you find that? Here.
in tech.
They're working.
Yeah,
True.
Mm.
They were in traffic.
yeah, they're not in the Lower East Side on
Okay,
a
so-
Wednesday night. Fucking blotto.
Yo, you're really judgy for someone that went to a party named Bottle
Yeah,
Wars.
bottle
Like,
wars.
Yeah, like
Tamara's over there with a notepad and a tally. Like, all right, let's go. The red team's got 10 bottles.
how do we extort all the patrons that came in today?
yeah.
Wait, so how is there a time limit or what's the deal? Like, is
No,
it
it's just the whole entire party. They just go, and then like the more expensive the bottle, the more points you get. So
But is it like a middle school dance where it's women on one side, men on the other?
no, they're all over. It's just a regular
Okay.
party, but
it's
they
like-
just
it's
keep
just
they
someone
keep
tallying.
they put the tally up on the screen.
Oh, so you get like frequent flyer bottles. Like the more bottles I buy, the next time I come, maybe I get one on the house. or
Yeah.
something.
No, baby,
No?
no.
It's like
Just
when you
get
go
drunk now. When you leave, come back and do it all over again.
Mm.
they
So
don't
there's no rollover minutes. All right.
punch the card like when you get a coffee,
Mm.
like 5 more of these and you get a free cup.
This concept of this to me is loser shit.
That's not it though. That's
But
what
I
I'm
get
trying to
it. But
tell
like,
you.
just the concept of like the whole thing to me is just a dick measuring contest. Like, I can buy more bottles than you. Like, what's the goal? You just go home, $5,000 broker.
The only winner here is the venue.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not winning. It's like what we said about the girl that I had sex while I was pregnant. It's like, you got him back, but at what cost? Like, that's dumb.
Should have bought a bottle.
You should.
y'all do know that people go to parties and just buy bottles anyway, right? So if you're gonna
Yes,
buy
but-
the bottles
But
anyway,
I don't
That's-
have the incentive of competition at that time.
Thank you.
Like, that's going to
the
force people to
competition
buy
is
more.
a
It's
cute theme for the party. It's not, people are not actually going there like, yo, I'm really trying to win. No one's doing that. People are going to buy the bottles they were going to buy anyway.
But when you're down
Okay.
$10,000, it's not like it's
Y'all
not a
not-
cute theme. It costs a
Hey,
lot of money.
Hey, y'all not bottle poppers. And that's okay.
I'm not.
Okay, and that's okay. It ain't,
I get
you're not
mine
the
for
target
free.
audience.
His family invented it. So,
Yeah.
I retired a long time ago from that type of lifestyle. I used to do some Fiji.
Mm,
With the sparkler?
that's like $10 in the club.
Hell yeah. I'll drink more Fiji than any nigga in the club. That's for sure. I know that. I know that for a fact. Can't no nigga drink more water in the club than me. That's for sure.
okay, so once Bottle Wars like wants to evolve and, expand, like Hookah Wars, what's the next thing here?
Mm.
Real estate.
Chicken tender platters? Those are great in the club.
Buy up the block.
Baby D can kick some ass.
Who can order the
Mozzarella-
most samplers?
Mozzarella sticks, mozzarella wars. But
You know how nasty Hookah Wars would be?
I'm about to quit hookah.
you smoke hookah?
Not a lot, not heavily, but yeah. I smoke it like when I'm in the club, which is what, once every 3 months? Or like I used to go to Sahara. Even now I've cut down. I feel the cancer just like growing in my lungs and I'm
Yeah, hookah. I could start to feel like my skin drying out with every pull. Like I felt like my face was getting older as I was smoking it, and I was like, "This is a bad habit." But I'm full of shit because even though I don't smoke hookah often whatsoever, Justice was in town, and he is the face of hookah.
Yeah.
So every now and then I'll age myself a bit and do it, but it's a disgusting habit.
How was Justice? How you doing?
Justice is great.
Yeah.
They were here on some LVRN business, but he's in good spirits. It was
Shout
good.
out to the LVRN crew.
Good to
Chris
see him.
in good spirits. Summer about to drop another album. He about to buy another house.
Mm-hmm.
He's in great spirits.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
weird. The whole crew is always remodeling their houses.
Like-
It just never stops.
Love it.
It's adding another wing every single EP.
Every album, every track.
Well, Now that we're done with the weekend recap, can we start with some mess that I found hilarious over the weekend that I think got kind of swept under the rug? Martha Stewart might be the most badass person just ever to exist. She might just be the coolest white woman ever. I guess that's kind of what I'm saying. So Netflix is putting out this thing called Martha. It's about her life, her story, and how she came to be the person that she is. And in the trailer for the doc, they were talking about how her and her husband eventually split up because he was caught cheating on her. And then this was her comments about your husband cheating, and then listen to her response.
And listen to my advice. If you're married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit. Get out of that marriage.
Didn't you have an affair early on?
Yeah, but I don't think Andy ever knew about that.
Gangster.
Period.
Martha Stewart's a gangster.
And not only that, but I guess
10 toes held it down too.
She's a gangster.
But I guess she said too, it was more that was revealed that she had an affair that spanned like over 30 years.
That's a marriage.
And her
you had
husband,
another family.
Her husband didn't know until the trailer for this doc came out.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't. She was.
She's like, she's crazy.
No, I mean,
in the
she
best
knows
way.
Doing. She kept it clean. It wasn't messy. The husband never found out. Nobody knew. She cheat right. That's all.
Okay, but like whatever their stipulations were with their marriage, isn't there like clauses if you cheat, like you don't get half of the money or whatever? I'm curious what their divorce was like. If he lost more because of the infidelities that he was caught with. Meanwhile, she's across the table and the mediator doesn't even know she's been fucking someone for 30 years.
I mean, they didn't.
Like, we need to go back and look at this divorce paperwork.
No, they didn't know.
Well, I do want to clarify. Where did she come out and say that it was for 30 years? Because I'm looking for that. I'm not finding that.
Not with the same person over 30 years, but she was having, extramarital affairs.
Over the course of their 30
year 20, they were married for 29 years.
Okay.
Let's just make it clear. I don't want it to make it like she had a side nigga for 30 years. That's crazy.
No, it was probably multiple.
You think it was Snoop?
I wouldn't be surprised if because the same way in which, like Chelsea Handler went on like her little like thing with 50 Cent. And like, I feel like women like that always go for the rap guy. Like, you know what I mean?
I always thought that was a troll until I found out it was real. And I was like kind of weirded out.
The way in which Bill Maher only fucks like black hookers.
Khalees and Bill Murray.
Yeah, like there's a weird synchronization between like
Khalees ain't give Bill Murray
those people.
Bill Maher and Superhead, like
that was crazy.
I mean, that to me, that was my like goal couple. That was a power couple to me.
I agree.
2 award-winning authors.
But let's not put that on Snoop Dogg's jacket because he's been happily and faithfully married for.
He got caught. Never mind.
See, why you bringing up black men's past?
That's what white men do.
He got caught fucking Selena Powell. I'm sure he fucked Martha Stewart.
You fucked Selena Powell. Nice. Cool.
Nice.
I don't know. I'm just good.
She'd be lying, so my bad, Snoop lying.
Before we recorded, I was having this conversation with Damaris. What do you think? Like, okay, your husband gets caught. Yes, he's a bad guy, but you're no better. But is there a difference if you never get caught? Like, she kept the marriage intact, 29 years. They did the whole thing. Do we judge her differently? Is it worse? Is it better? What do you guys think? The person that cheats but never gets caught.
I mean, I think that's respectable in a way. Because you cheating, that's fucked up. But I think you respect your spouse enough for nobody to know about it. It never got out. So I mean, yeah, it's some type of respect there when your spouse has no idea.
Okay, but also in the same sentence, she's saying, if your husband cheats on you, he's a piece of shit and you need to leave.
That's not what she said.
You're not holding yourself to the exact same standard.
She said if your husband gets caught cheating, you need to leave.
See, this is the
wow.
That's what I'm not agreeing with her.
Women gonna play semantics.
I'm just clarifying what Martha said.
No, that's what she said. You right about that. But let's talk about what she said. Let's go further.
Let's dig deeper.
That's also not. That's not what she said.
Play it.
Here's the quote: "Young women, listen to my advice. If you're married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit. Get out of that marriage."
Go play what we just played.
That's a quote.
Play what we just played.
You think the New York Post would misquote someone?
Play what we just played.
Never.
All right, here we go again.
Are they? Young women, listen to my advice. If you're married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit.
My bad.
Get out of that marriage.
So back
nice,
to
my bad. That was close to saying I apologize.
Yeah, that was close.
My bad was almost there.
My bad. Yo, women gonna say my bad. They ain't gonna never say I'm sorry or I apologize.
I'll take my bad.
Yeah, I'll take my.
I'm not sorry for what I said because I genuinely believe that that's what she said, but it is my bad. I was wrong.
So do you? But do you believe what you said then? Because your initial one, what was the
Oh, that if he got caught. No, I was just differentiating between the two. I don't think
Okay.
anybody should cheat.
Okay, we didn't see the rest of where that's going. I'll give the woman benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's going on to say she started cheating when she found out her husband was cheating. And she's telling young women, you should just leave
Yeah.
when he cheats. Don't cheat back
Mhm.
and try to make it work. Just leave.
Mm.
Maybe. I like Martha Stewart.
But I was
So,
gonna say,
I'm gonna-
I don't know. The problem is they were married for nearly 30 years, and her husband cheated on her with her former. Oh wow, that's pretty bad. Her husband cheated on her with her former assistant.
Mm.
Oh yeah, you got to cheat back.
But I feel like Martha was doing her bidding, because even in the clip, she said she started the marriage cheating. So she got out the gate with it. He was playing catch up,
Mhm.
but he cheated with the wrong one.
Maybe they shouldn't have got
He got his
divorced.
lick
Maybe they're
back.
soulmates. They're perfect for each other.
They're
both
both
doing-
cheaters. Yeah.
They're both doing crazy shit. They couldn't make it work,
I
but
feel like everybody's a cheater though, in some capacity. It depends on what you think cheating is.
It's him being outraged. He's outraged because he found out when that clip dropped. He never knew she was cheating. He found out when that clip dropped. And he's outraged that she was cheating on him. Like outraged. Even though he was cheating and got
okay,
caught
but you don't
cheating.
know. He could be outraged again by that divorce because she said it happened because he was cheating.
Mhm.
And if you were also doing the exact same thing, like, yeah, I would be upset that we went through a divorce because I was cheating and you said I was the problem.
But wait,
Yeah, I'd be outraged if you were doing the same things that you were mad at me about that need to break this marriage up.
but wait, she didn't catch him cheating.
Well, he was the one that got caught.
Yeah,
that's how they came to split
That's
it.
why
How
they
did he
divorced.
get caught? She didn't. say
I
she
don't
caught him
know the
cheating.
ins and ends of that,
The
but
assistant put it on the calendar.
I was gonna say that once you're messing, once you're messing with like the business of Martha too, like that just muddies the waters because she's so intertwined with their personal lives.
Mhm.
But they got married. I'm looking at it now. After Andrew, Martha's former husband, ex-husband, and Martha split, he ended up marrying Robin, the woman that he was cheating on her with.
Also, I mean, she
They got married in-
chose a marriage over keeping a job.
They met in 2005, got married in 2010, had a child in 2015, and I guess they're still together.
That assistant is kind of wild though. Like, I'm not taking anything off him. He was married. He shouldn't have cheated. But
Mhm.
what type of assistant is gonna go fuck your boss's husband?
Well, she's seen that she didn't have time to. There was no time on the calendar for her to fuck her husband, so somebody had to
So-
do it.
Okay, so
And
it's
She
just,
stepped up.
And she like kind of robbed the cradle.
it's just in the workload.
Wait. Scroll up.
He's 80. He was born in 1980. Robin was born in 82. So on paper, they're
Who was
more
born in 1980?
the husband, Andrew.
Martha
Wait,
Stewart's
what?
husband is
Yeah.
1 year older than me.
Yes. So Martha's 83. So she was,
What? I don't wait. We getting this. This has to be wrong. This has to be. There's no way this is right.
Wait, Andrew Stewart, born in 1980. Martha was born in what, like the 20s?
That dude was not born in 1980.
She invented sheets.
No way.
There's no fucking way.
That's the wrong Andrew Stewart.
wait, hold on.
Yo, there's no.
Their kid must have been born in 1980.
All right, my bad. Apologies. I had the wrong article. Well, it wasn't the wrong article. They had a typo. Whatever. It doesn't matter. He did end up marrying her old assistant. But then that she was 21 years younger than Andrew.
Mm.
And then they eventually divorced, and he's remarried to a woman, Shyla Nelson Stewart, and they have 5 kids. So
Okay.
Andrew's doing all right.
Did she
He's out
pay
there
him?
shooting?
Did she have to pay him when they got divorced? Like, did she?
I
give him
would
money?
imagine.
Ugh. Oh, not if he got caught cheating.
That's why I was saying we need to go back
Hey.
and revisit that divorce, because if both people were cheating, that cancels it out, and now I need half your money.
Nah, ho.
He got to appeal that, bring that to trial, and get half of hers.
They got divorced in the 1990. It says the details about their settlement are not available publicly.
Yeah, Martha's too gangster for that.
Yeah, he took a quiet bag. I know what that means.
I mean, if she was even smart, she could have put all her assets with him with the divorce, so then the federal government couldn't seize it. Just hold that for a second. Fuck my assistant, and then when I get out, shoot it back to me.
Or put everything.
And keep my assistant.
Put everything in her mother's name.
Martha Stewart's mother's name?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go out like on a limb and think that Martha Stewart's mother's probably not alive, but unless she was born in 1980.
But she might have been when, because
right.
Martha went to jail, what, like 20 years ago?
Nah.
Nah.
Martha just
like-
came home.
Yeah.
She fresh
Yeah,
out.
no, we were screaming 3 her a couple years ago.
3 Martha. For sure.
Really?
We need new sheep.
I think Snoop picked her up.
2004. Damn.
20 years
Really?
ago.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Man, that was 20
Holy
years?
shit.
When did she get out?
Wow.
But she was
Did 5
released in
months, right?
2005.
Yeah.
She did 5 months.
Oh my God. I did not know that was 20. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
My bad.
see?
I saw that they're speaking
Damn,
of
20
jail,
years to the day, actually. That's crazy.
it's her anniversary.
Three her. 5-year bid.
She's gonna make some cup of noodles just to relive the feeling.
Make a Jack Mac.
Is that out, Julian? When does it come out? Just so
This
people
comes
know.
out October 30th on Netflix. It looks
Okay.
really good though.
Did you guys watch the Brad Pitt and George Clooney Wolf movie on Apple TV?
No, I really want to though.
Just came out. I highly recommend it. It's really good.
Brad Pitt and
George Clooney.
Word?
And Wolves?
I didn't even hear about this.
Yeah. I
Apple
didn't
TV's
see any ads for it.
awful.
I just opened Apple TV and it was there. I
Apple
have not
TV's
seen
bad
it
at promoting stuff.
promoted. Yeah, that's where Apple does fail. Peacock and Apple are terrible at promoting stuff, and they have amazing shows.
What is it about?
I won't spoil anything, but the synopsis is they're 2 guys that clean up crime scenes,
Oh, okay.
That's cool.
but like illegally.
Yeah.
Like you call them when you accidentally murdered somebody,
Yeah.
and they come in and make sure shit is good, get rid of
Get away
everything.
with the crime, yeah.
Yeah, so they both have that occupation.
Mm-hmm.
And a woman similar to Martha Stewart, very powerful older white woman, fucking around with a little young 25-year-old, trying to get her rocks off, cheating.
Mm-hmm.
He ends up possibly dead.
Mm.
And that's like within the first 5 minutes, so I'm not giving away much. But
Oh, Richard Kind is in it. I love him.
no, it's a great movie. Highly recommend it. Also, while we're on felons, I saw a trailer for the Shine documentary on Hulu today,
Mm-hmm.
which don't smirk, I think is going to be a great doc. I think Shine has a very interesting story, and I think it's worthy of a documentary.
Has an interesting story.
To go from rapper to shooting at someone with Puff, to going to jail for 10 years, to getting deported, to becoming a diplomat. Like,
Mhm.
I think this might be one of the better rapper documentaries.
Yeah.
The story is insane.
DJ Khaled's executive producer on the project.
Okay, dope. I wonder how much he'll get into the Puff situation. Because he was somebody that did the honorable thing by not snitching and saying Puff was actually the one that shot everyone. But
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious how far now that, he did his time, he can discuss it.
I don't think he will, though. I think that's a part of his. I mean, then again, he may in this documentary. He may be saving it for the documentary, but I think that's a part of his life where he, has decided to leave that in the past. But obviously, it's an interesting story, seeing the lives that Sean has lived before rap and after rap. So yeah, I definitely want to watch this because if you know the story of Sean and where he's from and his upbringing and things like that, hopefully this documentary dives into a lot of that. So I'm definitely gonna check that.
Yeah. Anyone watching anything else? It's been a weird few months, I feel
You
like.
guys got to
maybe.
watch Love is Blind.
I gotta watch somebody because they getting married this
I'm
week, right?
telling you, like they're doing like 2 episodes every Wednesday now. It's kind
Okay.
of like how they do the release now.
Okay.
I'm 2 behind, I think, but it's so much better than the UK one.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Which city are they in now?
They're in DC,
Okay.
and it's some weird.
Does
fucking
everyone work for
people.
the government?
Not many of them. No,
Okay.
Actually, they did a
Actually,
good
most
job.
people on that show never have jobs. They're all like influencers or real estate.
there's some of
agents.
that.
They
but,
they don't
uh,
influence anything. They're getting on that show. So they can
please
try to
watch
be
it.
one. I'll watch because I enjoyed the Clay season. Should we all watch and then have Clay back on?
Well, that's why I want to bring it up. Clay is going to be back in New York soon, and he said like if you guys want me
Oh,
back,
I mean,
come on. I was like, I would love to have you be like our correspondent for all things Love is Blind.
It's an open door policy for Clay in this podcast. Why do you look so upset, Tamaris?
I'm not upset at all.
Nah, Clay can't be a piece of shit if Martha Stewart isn't.
Facts.
Over the weekend as well, outside of movie trailers, I did see one of the, I can't tell if it's the worst or best campaign ad I've seen in presidential history.
This is the worst campaign ad you've seen in president.
Oh, please.
Oh, here we go. All right. Well, talk about it, and then we'll play it. Because if you're listening, you should know what we're talking about.
So for those that don't know, on YouTube, there's this balloon game. What's the official name of it?
Pop the balloon.
Pop a balloon. Essentially, a bunch of
Pretty
women will be
straightforward.
standing in line and they have a balloon, and a guy will come up and the host will ask him questions. And with each question, the woman could pop the balloon to say that she no longer wants him. And if there's a woman still standing there with a balloon, they end up going on a
They
date
have to have sex.
on YouTube.
They use the balloon as a condom.
So the Harris team put together somewhat of a sketch relating to voting and how women will only sleep with you if you're a registered voter voting Democrat.
No, it
All
did
right, well,
not
let's
say
play it.
that.
Let's play it, and then we'll talk about
That's
it.
what I got from it.
Let's play it, and we'll talk about it.
That's what I took from it. I'm only getting pussy if I vote
Hello,
for her.
ladies. I'm Trey. It's good to be here.
What do you do and how much do you make?
I work in finance, making six figures.
How tall are you?
6'5"?
Do you have a plan
They can
to vote
see
in
him.
November?
Nah, not my thing. Hello, ladies. I'm
All right. Immediately going into the black Twitter stereotypes too of making six figures and being 6'5", like out the gate. Like they can't see him in person.
Mm-hmm. Well, you got to give him exact height. That's what it is. They know
Okay.
he's tall, obviously, but
If he was 6'4", do you think there'd be some balloons popped?
for sure.
Because that doesn't cut it.
No.
He's also not 6'5".
Not even close. And check his taxes. They didn't pay him $100K for this shit.
See, now you're saying this man can't be making six figures in his life. That's hate.
I think he can, but I think
No, that's hate.
everyone in this is an actor. I don't think this was real.
Actors make six
I
figures.
don't. What did he say he was? An engineer or some shit?
Well, he's
Finance.
acting.
He said
Finance.
finance, but he's acting. He's in acting.
Okay.
So what's your point?
That I don't think he works in finance.
He's
No,
acting.
'cause he's
It's
an
acting
actor.
job.
How much do you think they paid him for this acting gig?
Oh my
This
god!
is an ad.
No, how much do you
usual,
think?
Like, yeah, this would probably be like $3,000, 2,500.
All right, I'm gonna really sound like hate. Do you guys recognize him from any other films?
That's not. Oh my God, Rory, you're such a
Is he an
hater.
extra on Law and Order? Like
What did he do to you other than like do his job?
nothing. You guys brought it here. I don't know. I think, pardon my white face. I think this is a little weird as like the only black outreach campaign ad, but
Is
they
it
landed on this.
Is it the only black outreach campaign ad, or is it the only one that hit you because you were the demographic for it?
Also, I don't like that you're calling it black outreach.
That's what I'm saying. Like it just
Who do you think their target audience was for this?
Black people aren't the only people that watch this.
Who, with a straight face, answer that question again. Who do you think?
It does.
This
It doesn't matter
was
what I
trying to
think.
target.
I'm talking about what it is.
Okay.
Not only black people don't watch those shows.
actually I would be willing to bet more white people watch them shows than black people. Quiet as it's kept, but
To Damaris's point, because those shows reinforce the stereotypes that white people always think about black people. They check in those little YouTube pages like, yep, they're still this, and then go on about their day.
So you think most of the views on those balloon shows are strategic racism? They're racist.
I don't
views?
think it's racist.
They're
I
going
just-
there to check to see if
whether or not it's
what black
intended to
people are
be-
doing.
No, whether or not it's
Oh,
intended.
they're
to
still
be.
popping balloons. Thank God I'm racist.
I like this ad.
It was creative.
I don't
Why do you
mind
like
did his job.
Yeah,
Why do you like this ad?
I'm not even saying like I like it because like I the things I like about it have nothing to do with Kamala and Tim Walz. I think it's interesting to like this is a proper use of leaning into like the cultural zeitgeist, whatever you
and
want
the
to call
younger
it.
demographic.
And the younger
I think
demographic.
this is
like,
for the younger demographic.
this is current. This is an online thing. Like this is a digital show that lives on YouTube. They're drawing from, it's like an SNL skit. Like they're drawing from something that's cultural, something that's topical, and applying it to their campaign. I'm not saying this is like, damn, they did the balloon game. Black people got to go out there and smash the vote button. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like,
Vote or die.
it's like someone on their team is at least in it enough to understand that this is a thing that's currently happening and it matters, rather than like them wheeling out like this shit from like, you know, like it's like if Kamala were to tweet like Brad Summer this month, it's like you missed the moment.
Yeah,
Okay, agreed. And of course, this isn't the first time that they've tried to do culturally relevant things in campaigns. That's why I started saying I'm not sure if this is the worst or best ad. I'm just thinking out of all the things that we could be talking about with our campaign ads and policies, this is what you land.
But
no,
also,
but see, this is the thing, and they have those ads, but y'all aren't going to talk about those ads. That's why they make ads like these ones.
I get
I've
the
seen
effectiveness. of
I've
it.
seen a million Kamala ads, sorry, and the same thing with Trump. But we don't talk about the ones where they're talking about policy and all of that stuff. That's not what we talk about, especially on this podcast. That's not the ones that go viral. The ones that go viral are what we make go viral. It's the same thing when we say there's no good music out. There's plenty of good music out, but we only talk about the fucked up shit and the bad shit.
Well, I think there's good music, but okay, since you've seen a million campaign ads, we don't have to make it a Democrat thing. Can you actively tell me the 3 major policies of her and Donald Trump? Since there's a million ads explaining to me their policies.
No, because I don't pay attention to them.
Okay.
I'm not the person to talk about that, though. I'm aware that
I
I'm
respect
not the
that.
person to talk to about that.
That's fair.
But because the one
Creative
I'm
ad.
going to pay attention to is that one.
I don't
Yeah.
think there's. I mean, Trump working at White Castle isn't any better. I'm just-
McDonald's. But that's the thing that I wanted to bring up. That Trump went to a
Why is
McDonald's.
he at McDonald's?
He worked the grill. He dipped some fries into
Because
the
Kamala
oil.
said she worked there and they found out she never
Which
did.
to Trump's, I like this. This is a funny. It's not only is it like a get
No,
back.
this is
at-
his bag. You know,
It's not a get. It's not only is it a get
Trump
back
wants
at
to be an
Kamala, but
asshole.
it's good PR.
Yeah, he wants to be. He's going to lean into. Oh, you think I'm an asshole? All right, watch
This is petty. Look at
No,
he said
if he
said
would have passed a cat out of that drive-through window,
Oh, no.
that would have made it a whole nother.
Seal the vote. Seal it. It's over. He won.
said to a car. He
Cats
said,
and dogs in McDonald's.
They're eating the cats at McDonald's.
He said to a car driving by, "I've now worked 15 more minutes than Kamala." That's funny. He is funny.
I listen. I get it. Politics aside, I don't see how people don't like Donald Trump. Politics aside, like how do you
He's
not
a
like
comedian.
this? Like, imagine this was the guy that you worked for at McDonald's. Imagine that was. Like
I would
you know
never want to work
everybody,
for him.
and then
They probably
nobody
wouldn't
is
pay
taking
you.
that job serious.
He would
Everybody's having-
probably fire everyone and close the location and then file for bankruptcy. And then
but not if he was.
then get
Donald.
rewarded with all the profits
I'm
while
not
everyone
talking
else
about if he
loses
was
a job.
Donald Trump. I'm talking about if that was just his personality.
Oh, just that personality.
Yeah,
That would be.
He is objectively funny.
He's
of
hilarious.
course he is.
Yeah, but like this ad was this not ad. This
I just don't want a funny president.
near do I.
Why
Like-
not?
Like it was funny when it wasn't serious. Now he's hilarious, but it's
Because ain't
doesn't
shit
want a
funny
funny
for real.
president.
Nothing is funny.
All
Have
this
you
shit
seen
funny,
the
man.
world?
Yeah,
Nothing is
that's
funny.
why it's funny. 'Cause
What-
all these
Uh,
niggas is getting rich off of us.
well, that's a fact. What was creepier though? Him trying to put fries together or JD Vance at that was it a donut shop?
Oh my god, that was so awkward.
JD Vance
That was
has,
that was one
When
of
he
the
walked
creepiest.
in and said, "So you work here?" She's like, "Yeah." Like what?
How long have you worked here?
Yeah.
And they're like, yo, what do you want? Are you ordering? And he's like, yeah, just give me, give me the stuff.
The regular.
The stuff.
That was the creepiest moment I've seen any candidate do. Huh? Yeah. You live here?
How far the elections went? November 5th?
Yeah.
Oh, that is very soon.
Yeah.
It's very soon.
How y'all feeling?
3
Nervous?
Tuesdays from now. 2 Tuesdays?
Scared? Nervous?
A bit. I mean, I'm petrified of both the results.
Mm.
So that would make me overall scared no matter what.
Mm.
But,
Are you guys doing early voting? Or are you going to go to the polls?
I'm going to go to the polls, touch the people, get the vibes.
Touch the people. You going to jail. That's where you going.
You don't like the atmosphere of voting in person?
I mean, where I vote at uptown is not really, it's usually empty by the time I get there. It's at a school. And it's
Yeah,
usually
they
like
usually
empty. Everything is empty. It's like not a lot of people there. So it's like it's a quick experience. It's not nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's either school or basement of a church. It's
Mm.
always a weird place that you would send a bunch of grown-ups to.
Yeah.
That I've felt was odd. But I mean, didn't we used to get the day off?
For election day?
For
I
election
think
day.
so, yeah.
Do they still do that with kids?
I think so.
Okay.
You tell us.
Oh, maybe I will just vote from home. There'll be too many kids in the street.
How do you vote from home?
They
Mail
mail
in
in
Oh,
the ones
shit.
that to
Here we
steal the
go.
election.
Here we go.
We get them in the
once
mail.
again. How many?
Yeah, I'm going to photocopy
you
mine
8
100
ballots?
times.
It might be
And
too
6
late. for
death
mail-in
certificates
Yeah,
that
I
I could
think so.
reverse to become other people.
votes. Yeah, it's too late for mail-in votes, I think.
Yeah, I think it is.
So it's never too late.
Also, over the weekend, Tribe Called Quest was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Rightfully so.
Legendary.
Absolutely loved it. We can't say enough about Tribe Called Quest and how they've changed every single generation after them. Everyone we love is influenced by them. I think you can make a very strong case of them being the greatest rap group that's ever existed.
For sure.
It was great to see Chappelle induct them as well. And, anytime Q-Tip speaks, I listen. So it was a really nice moment.
Shout out to that was one of the first albums I bought was Midnight Marauders.
Yeah.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah. Rest in peace to Fife. Would have been great for him to see that, but I'm glad they're keeping his name alive. So
Mhm.
shout out to Tribe. And thank you to Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for getting it finally right again.
Yeah.
We got Hove last year? Or was that
Mhm.
2 years ago?
Maybe 2 years now. Maybe.
How do you guys feel about it being the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? And should there just be a hip hop Hall of Fame?
Yes.
I mean, I think so. I
I'm-
think we definitely need our own Hall of Fame for our culture. I mean, but rock and roll is our culture too. So
And I mean, it's not just obviously rock and roll that gets inducted, and it's not just hip hop. That's why I guess I've always found it a little confusing why earlier when they stopped just inducting rock and roll artists, like maybe change the name,
Mm-hmm.
like Music Hall of Fame, Artist Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. Rock and roll fans are stubborn and would throw a fucking fit. Didn't they throw a fit when Jay got inducted?
Yeah, they tried to, but I mean, if like for what you're saying, can you
Yeah.
not understand it? Like this is not.
But
rap.
then there's also as country artists, like there's been other genres that have
Mhm.
been inducted, but I don't know. I'm not here to complain. Happy that Tribe got their flowers.
Did you
glad they
guys?
got recognized, for sure.
You mentioned Jay. Did you see that the NFL is extending their contract with him for the Super Bowl?
Mhm.
I don't think there were any terms to it. They just got ahead of it and said, yes, we're like gonna negotiate something because we like what's happening.
Of course they do.
Well, I mean, so far he's gotten it right as far as viewers. Like they're increasing their viewers with halftime shows. It's
Mhm.
not like it's tanking. Well, it's just a business move.
Well, it's the
Like
artists
who
that they're-
even
they're
cares
booking.
about the artist if Jay is delivering? Like that's all the NFL is going to look at is
Mhm.
numbers.
Mhm.
I mean, they still have end racism in the end zone.
Yeah.
So to remind us all, um,
Kaepernick still doesn't have a job.
corporations are so full of shit. Yes. And that NDA with Cap instead of putting end racism.
Yeah, I want to know
In
how
the
much
end
they
zone.
gave Kaepernick. I want to know how much they gave him.
I haven't seen him since. Where you at?
That was part of the
He had to
Yeah,
disappear.
there's a reason why.
take this and leave. Like, we don't want to see you around here again.
But like leave everything.
Yeah,
Like I.
That's
okay.
it. Don't have no Instagram account. Delete everything. Anything to get your voice out there, delete it.
But I mean, Cap, even before then, like a lot of the pushback he got after the kneeling incident and then him not getting a job was that he was too quiet.
Mm-hmm.
It's too
And then they were
quiet.
like, oh, he doesn't really do anything for the community, which came out to be so false. He just doesn't promote it. Like
Mhm.
he was investing all his money into that type of stuff. He just didn't tweet it.
Mhm.
So everyone's like, oh, he's too quiet. So I'm sure Cap is still very much active in his goal and mission.
Oh yeah,
And now he's just playing with some house money.
yeah.
So, I get it. But I see why Hove is still going to be there. And I'm excited. I don't think
Makes
he's
sense.
missed
He's
so
doing it
far
right.
since he's been there. I've loved every
They're booking
performance.
the right artists. The shows are great. And this is a business, so obviously the NFL wants to continue good business. So
They
yeah.
said the first partnership was 5 years for $25 million. We again do not know what the next one is, but do you think it'll be another 5 years, or how long do you think they'll extend it for?
What was that $25 million went to Jay's pockets or went to the halftime?
I'm pretty sure
Budget.
Jay's pockets.
They probably paid him for that. Yeah, that's probably what he was paid just to.
Hove getting $25 million to be like, yo, Rihanna. Love that.
Yeah, is that
Yo.
which included Rock Nation?
Yo, how about
input.
J-Lo?
Yeah, look at this is. I mean, yeah, that's really what it
Love
was.
it. Overcharged-
25 million, which
overcharged what they did
included
to the
Rock
Cold Crush.
Nation's input on the Super Bowl show and helping out with the league's social justice program to inspire change, which is giving out $375 million in grants. So yeah, they were paying for input, basically
Okay.
paying for his leverage. To
Yeah, and
his
I'm sure that
relationships.
$25 million went to Rock Nation as a company
Yeah.
for his staff to also be able to hire people just for that
Mhm.
program. Yeah, and I'm
Mhm.
sure Jay didn't get 25 liquid in his pocket for picking J-Lo.
No, he
Like-
probably got like 6, 7, 10.
Oh, he definitely held on to some of it.
Yeah.
He got more than that.
I was going to say, I think you.
Where you guys on the Rock Nation conspiracy that the moment this extension happened, we all of a sudden got a Kendrick Lamar interview out of nowhere to even discuss Not Like Us that will be played at the Super Bowl.
Mm.
Do you
Wait,
feel
are
do you
they
feel
trying
like
to tie
Rock
it
Nation
together?
should crumble?
Anybody,
Tie the release of this.
When Rock Nation's around, it's all tied together.
anybody tie that shit together but Rory Maul.
And
Okay.
and Tory Lane's dad. Did you guys read this article? Can you guys pronounce the name of the magazine? Because
Yeah, Harper's Bazaar.
I'm stupid.
What,
So
what would you call it?
Yeah, what would you say?
Big Harp. I wasn't sure if there was like another way to say bizarre. Like if that was a foreign
How
word.
would you have said that word had I not?
I would have said
pronounced it?
Harper's Bazaar, and I thought I would have been wrong. But
He would have sounded like he was from Boston. Harper's Bazaar.
Harper's Bazaar.
Harper's Bazaar.
I didn't know that's how you spelled bizarre.
That's not how
I'm
you spell
about
Bazaar,
halfway
but-
through this. I haven't finished it, but from what I read, it seems interesting. I like that. I like this era of having another artist or someone that they're familiar with lead the Q&A.
You like that?
I do. It's not the first time it's been done,
Mm.
but it's cool.
I will start by saying I like that as well, and I like that SZA and Kendrick have a relationship where they can discuss some of the stuff that they talked about,
Mhm.
get deep. They're both spiritual people. I enjoyed the combo for what it was. I just don't know if this was the time to do this SZA safe interview with everything that's going on, the way fans demand certain interviews at times like this.
Mhm.
Because SZA, being his friend, I thought asked incredible questions, which we'll get to, because I want to ask them all the exact same questions. I think she's a great interviewer. But once they got into some of the current stuff of what's happening with the beef, they're friends. There's not going to be any pushback or explanation on anything. And I think there was a lot of fans that were at the edge of their seats waiting for Kendrick Lamar to address everything that's happened in the past 6 months.
Mhm.
Even like SZA, rightfully so, was not scared, but like, yo, do you even want to go here? And they had a quick, not like us conversation, which was kind of just speaking in circles, to be quite honest to me. This was the only question where I was like, all right, man, I didn't need this. Everything before that I thought was great. And I loved their back and forth. But when she asked to break down Not Like Us, and we don't even like really get to the nitty gritty of what that song is about. And then it just becomes, yo, it's because I have morals and values. If you identify with that, you identify with Not Like Us. Like, all right, man, you called him a pedo. Can we get into that? I just had some follow-up questions. I wasn't mad at his first explanation, but since we're bringing this up, can we get into the record for real?
She tried. She said, break that down for me after his initial response. And then he went on to your point, this man has morals, values. He believes in something. He stands on something. He's not pandering. And then kind of on and on about someone that's not afraid to make mistakes from his experiences and learn, you know.
Which is great, but I just don't know if that record is as deep as the explanation that he is making. I think Meet the Grams, Euphoria, 616, deep records. But the one we're choosing to have that type of response, to me, was a pretty flat out record of, hey, you are nasty. And this is a great mustard beat.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's that deep, but
I thought it was a cool interview.
just don't even bring up the Not Like Us part if we're not going to get a real detailed answer about what SZA's asking. Because to Julian's credit, she did give some pushback. Like, yo, can you break down exactly what that is? And I think after he gave that PC answer, she was like, all right, I see where this is at. I'm not going to pry. Let's move on. But other than that, I thought it was a phenomenal interview. Loved SZA's questions.
I don't know about phenomenal, but it was good.
It's cool to just see two superstars go back and forth on
like
topics like this. I thought that was
a
interesting.
Conversation of two friends that a writer just happened to be sitting in on, you know, which was cool. I guess they want to call it an interview, but I don't think that it felt like an interview. I think SZA and Kendrick talk often, and this time a writer from Harper's Bazaar just happened to be sitting next to them, writing everything down or recording. But you know, Kendrick, I like some of his answers. For me, him breaking down the record and the man that he is was the most interesting part. Only because if, you know, I respect it. I respect Kendrick as an artist. But if you say he's a man with morals and things like that, I just, you know, again, if things are true, then so be it. If not, then you got to wear it. But to have morals, to say you're a man of morals, but then, you know, make that allegation that somebody is a pedo, and, you know, what we know, if Kendrick has information that we don't, but from what we know, that man is not a pedophile. I just look at that a little like, I don't know if somebody with morals does that.
That's why I just wish they would have left it alone. Unless we were getting a full-blown interview about this past year, not just his personal stuff, then I just leave it alone.
Yeah.
Like, I love the personal stuff they talked about. I think it was an extension of some of the questions that I had after Mr. Morale, like of his journey. And I think SZA got into that bag and kind of extended Mr. Morale to where he's at now. Because Mr. Morale is what, 3 years ago?
2.
So it was nice to hear the update of, you know, Kendrick's healing journey and that entire thing.
The interesting part was when SZA broke down the way that she writes and records, and she from the lens of other artists.
I thought that was super interesting.
That was interesting because she said, you know, she's too honest. Sometimes she wrote a song last summer that was too honest, she said, and she couldn't put it out. She was in there telling on herself, and she said she can't stop because she is bored. And she was like, I like to tell on myself. It's like I have to tell on myself so I'm not bored, because otherwise I'm just like, what's the point? I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
And her saying that she, I guess I shouldn't look through it. I guess I shouldn't look through my eyes. I should look through somebody else's as a way of writing and recording her art and her music. She pretends to be Frank Ocean or Future. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah, and
I
I,
wasn't expecting, SZA to say something like that, but that was an interesting angle, because sometimes it is kind of tough if you're a person that is very vulnerable. Sometimes you're like, nah, I can't give all of this.
or critical of yourself. Like what I thought was so interesting about her writing from other artists' point of view, like Frank or Future, is she said it was much easier. And I think how I interpreted that was, it's you don't have to acknowledge your faults because now you're pretending to be somebody else.
Mhm.
You can deal with their bullshit because it's not actually yours.
Yeah.
Instead of having to face the own critical issues you have with yourself.
Mhm.
Especially when you're sitting in the studio, like, yo, I think she brought us some examples that she said she's super selfish,
Mhm.
Codependent. people pleaser.
she's a people pleaser. A lot of that stuff is tough to face and then try to fix, because that's a whole nother journey.
Yeah.
So yeah, let me get on here and I can see how other artists live and how they, put their point of view out there. I'll just write from that.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
I'll go listen to Future and just pen something that's similar to what he talks about.
It's like that self-awareness convo that we had. It's really interesting to see this from like the artist writing standpoint.
Yeah. When she said, why am I trying to not be human so bad? Because it hurts so damn bad. But that's the job, no matter how many spirits you talk to or anything like that. It just doesn't matter. You have to be here. You're going to be in the either eventually. It's just not now. So it's like, yeah, like, why am I running from my own vulnerability so much? Like,
it's what you and I talk about a lot. Self-awareness can actually cause depression when you start to be super aware of the negative things about yourself. It just makes you hate yourself even more. It's like, all right, is it worth even fixing? Let me just go pretend like it's not there and just be somebody else. And that way I don't have to suffer from it.
Now that the more that I'm rereading this, I know it was a Kendrick interview, but SZA is pretty fucking vulnerable throughout this entire thing. She said to whatever she was responding to, she said, that's what I feel like I suffer from. I'm not teachable for real. That's my problem, because I'm always like in my fear to do some shit. Like, that's to say that just so directly. That is awesome. SZA, to me, like, really spoke out and spoke up about herself.
I like when she said she has a low pain tolerance but a high competition tolerance.
Yeah.
I like that.
And she said, I don't even understand what that means. I got what she was trying to say. That it's not a sensitive bully per se, but you're so competitive that you're constantly trying to keep up with everyone, but you can't really deal with what comes with that competition. Like, you may not be built to handle the pain that comes with always having to compete, which I thought was brilliant. And even Kendrick asked her some great questions. Damaris, did you read the part about her mom?
Oh my God, I love that part.
No, I don't think I got to that.
It's in the beginning.
So essentially, well, why I asked you, Damaris? Because it was.
Oh, I did read that part. I did. When she said her mother was she's her ancestors', greatest dreams, because her mother didn't have the ability to be able to be a bitch and to be able to stand on her shit, because she was fighting for like integration of schools and things like that.
And always had to monitor herself to make sure she wasn't being too aggressive or being too much of a quote unquote bitch. Like, she could never really express herself fully.
Yeah.
Because her entire life and her generation as a Black woman, she just had to be quiet.
Growing up in the 50s, she said, yeah.
So, I mean, again, that's kind of why I like this artist and artist thing. Because as we know, these two are like some of the best writers we've had in our generation. So to have them talk back and forth deeper into their writing, I absolutely love. I want more of this type of convo between great writers.
Yeah, I know the conversation that they had was much longer than this editorial was, but I like the fact that they sat down and agreed to have this, some of the conversation published, so that we can get a glimpse into the type of conversation that they have. I thought it was dope.
I thought Kendrick did a really cool job of extending the Father Time song with Sampha on Mr. Morale when he talks about his pops, and like, a lot of us have that similar story where your dad raises you to not be weak. Like, don't show emotions, don't cry. Like,
Mhm.
I'm preparing you for a world that does not give a fuck about you.
Mhm.
So you need to be a man. And Kendrick discussing that his pops taught him that and like hard work, and his dad was always there for the family, but didn't prepare him to be vulnerable. And his
Mhm.
job is vulnerability.
Mhm.
Like, his dad was raising him to go into the workforce. Like, Kendrick would have been great at the factory with the shit that his dad taught him.
Mhm.
Work ethic, masculinity, everything. But he's a rapper. His whole entire job and to even grow his catalog is to be more vulnerable.
Mhm.
So I thought that was kind of cool. Like, a lot of our parents, even when they're great, raise us for something that isn't really our destiny.
Mhm.
Like, it's not my destiny to go be the super masculine guy that hides his feelings and does great on Wall Street.
Mhm.
Like, no, I gotta fucking come on a podcast and talk about my feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Like,
to what Kendrick's
to grow
saying,
this, I have to get more vulnerable and know more about myself to talk on this microphone.
yeah,
So I thought that was a really cool point.
to be great at your craft, you have to be vulnerable. Yeah. So this is, I mean, at first, all I knew was masculinity. I always kept the walls up because of my pops. But the more I delved deeper into my music, the more expressive I had to get with myself. That is the feminine energy right there. So, yeah, the ability to be a man, but to become a better artist and be a better person, you need to also tap into the side where, the feminine energy, so
Yeah.
to speak.
Which I think that I don't know if SZA had to deal with it, but I've heard a lot of Black women, maybe like older millennials and like middle millennial Black women talk about that same thing, because a lot of them were raised like men, as if like this world does not give a fuck about you. I know a lot of my older cousins and my aunts were just like, this world don't care about you. So all the tears, all the softness, all that you have, you got to lock that shit up. So then you come out and people are dating these women and they're like, why are you so masculine? It's like, we were taught the same way that y'all were taught. The world doesn't give a fuck about us. We can't cry. We can't be soft. We got to make money so that nobody can tell us what the fuck to do. So
When they say this world, do they just be talking about like America?
What do you mean?
Like, because I feel like there's people that live in other countries that don't have the same, because they don't live in a capitalistic society like we do.
of course, but that's
Yeah.
not our
So
world.
they don't have those stresses and those,
Yeah.
those type of things pulling at them.
And then there's also places in the world that don't have the luxury of feelings to begin with, because
Mhm.
it's about survival completely. Like,
Yeah.
even though America is completely fucked up in a lot of places,
Mhm.
we do have the privilege of being able to explore feelings
Yeah.
to some degree. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, there's people that are starving and fighting every day and don't have time to do anything feeling related in America.
Mhm.
But overall, compared to the rest of the world, yeah, this is an American thing.
Yeah.
The
for sure.
chasing of dreams is an American thing.
Which is a luxury.
Yes.
But there's a luxury part with you still have to abide by the how this country was built. There's also like the stigmas and everything that comes with that. And it's just, I don't know. That's a whole.
I mean,
conversation.
there's a universal thing where you shouldn't be too vulnerable publicly. Like, I think that that's just a thing in life. Like, you shouldn't be, like if you're going to work, like, and then you're at your cubicle at your desk crying, I don't think that that's a healthy thing.
I mean, if it's
Crying
an
is healthy, but-
everyday thing, no,
Yeah.
I agree with
Crying
you.
is healthy, but like if you at your at your desk and just crying in front of everybody, it's kind of like, I don't know if that's a good idea.
That
You
would
can
be,
do that in the bathroom. You can do that on the way to work, and when you get home. But in front of others, I just think that shows a sign of weakness on whatever part, like whether it's a mental weakness, whether it's an emotional weakness.
But I think that's also the exact opposite, because I think it takes more strength to cry in front of somebody. I think hiding your emotions all the time is weak. Hiding them, like sometimes, yes, not everyone.
But
needs to
everybody don't
feel the-
deserve your emotions, though.
No, but yes, I agree. Everybody doesn't deserve your emotions. And there should be times where, it's like Rory said, it shouldn't be an everyday thing, but there are people who you shouldn't hide your emotions all the time. Because if you hide your emotions all the time, then that's how we have all these people committing, taking themselves out.
Yeah.
And people are like, well, they seemed like the happiest person in the world. And it's like, because nobody ever knew what they were feeling. It's okay to share your emotions. Can it be used against you? Yes. But sometimes if I'm at my desk here and I break down and cry, I don't think that makes me weak. I think that in that moment, that's what I needed to do. And it would be much easier for me to go in the bathroom and cry than to cry in front of y'all. I don't think that crying in public makes you weak.
But you do have to practice emotional intelligence at some point, though. Like, I don't think you can just be like vulnerable and,
I think that's part of the journey of vulnerability, is exploring those feelings. And then, yes, you'll get to a place where you can manage them way different. Because I agree.
Yeah.
No matter what, like, as much as this is great with our generation that we are so vulnerable and cool with feelings, we still have a job to do.
Mhm.
And you can't always be super emotional to get a job done. Like,
Yeah.
it's a balance that you need to learn. But if somebody's having like just a fucking awful week and they just can't take it and break down one time at work, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If that's who they are all the time, like we can't even get to a fucking marketing meeting because Jan's always crying. Like then I think, yeah, Jan should be fired and probably find a different job because she can't manage her feelings here.
Yeah, but it's not. It's like if you're crying
Sorry,
like that
Jan.
at work, it's not. It's nothing wrong with you crying at work, but there's something wrong if you're crying at work. There's something seriously wrong, and you need to check that. What that is, whatever that is. Like if you're in the workspace or wherever, just crying, it's like, all right, let it out because you obviously you need to. But like, there's something wrong. Like, what is the problem?
Well,
What
they're
is the-
crying, so there's obviously something wrong.
But that's why I said practicing emotional intelligence is a thing that people need to do because you don't need to be doing that in front of a bunch of people that one don't deserve it, two probably can't do nothing for you, can't help your situation.
Mhm.
So when they say people don't give a fuck, people don't. I think that's where it comes from because it's like a lot of times we all have our own emotions and things that we're dealing with. We all have our own lives and things that we're dealing with. So I might not even be available to help you in your moment because it's like, nigga, I'm right with you. I'm ready to cry right here too, but
Yeah.
I can't.
But and that's and see, this is another thing too, and I feel like men really have this issue. Tears don't always need to be fixed. It's like if it's raining, like there's nothing you can do about it. It's coming. So you saying I can't help you because you're crying, just because I'm crying doesn't mean that I need you to help me. Same way when you see people on the subway crying and we all ignore them and just be like, girl, I feel you. That's it. Like
I
you
get
can
off. Nigga crying on the train. I'm off at the next stop. You about to do something.
This is an act.
Yeah, all right, fam.
He's not having a mental health
This
day.
happens right before you shoot up the whole
His hand
car.
is in his pocket.
Yeah. He got a trench
it's
on.
not a
It's
tissue.
90 degrees outside. I'm cool. Next stop is mine.
I agree with you, Damaris, but there are different levels to that. Yeah, sometimes you just need to cleanse, just need to cry, just need to get certain things out, which I practice in relationships of like, do you just need to vent or do you want to fix the problem? Asking that in the beginning. Because some people I agree, y'all just got to cry today and just get this shit out. I'll feel better. But to Maul's point, a lot of people do want to fix the problem. And if I'm going through my shit quiet as fuck, I can't also be here and carry your baggage too. I got enough of my own fucking baggage.
Yeah.
Like I don't project my shit on other people because I know they're going through other stuff, which probably isn't healthy. But you know, I'm on the journey with Bizarre too.
Yeah.
Not Kendrick.
Who else would you guys like to see do something like this? I like the Rick Rubin and Andre 3000 article a few years ago. I thought that was great. I did just see a clip. I think it was Metro and Timberland. We're having
Oh, really?
a combo back and forth. Because again, it's not an interview per se. But what artists would you guys like to see together on this?
I mean, the most obvious for me would be I would love to see Jay-Z interview Beyonce. I think that
they did that shit on the outro of Everything Is Love.
No, I mean like over.
They went back and forth like kissing styles about their problems. You thought Martha was bad.
Not like that, but like an actual business interview.
Yeah.
I think that would be good. But I feel like that's the obvious one. What about you?
I mean, I don't want to lead the transition here, but I think a Tyler the Creator Pharrell one would be great.
I agree.
I would like to see.
They did something like that already, though.
Yeah, I'd like to see. My thing with these, I love the Kendrick SZA was cool, but what I would be more interested in is finding someone that idolized someone and now is an established star and having them go face to face with their idol and have the opportunity to just have that moment with them and just speak freely to them. So I think that would be cool. I'm trying to think of other artists where that would make sense. A younger artist that.
Can we have Nas interview J. Cole post beef
after you let him down?
Mm-mm.
Think he let Nas down again?
Practicing emotional intelligence, Julian. I didn't say anything. I got a lot I could have said right there. I could have trauma dumped on you just now and I didn't.
I just feel like that would be a good one, but that's just me.
I would love to see Jordan and LeBron.
That would be great.
Oh wow!
As LeBron,
they would never do that though.
As LeBron gets ready to retire in a couple of years, and obviously he's already a huge businessman, but he'll probably become a bigger business person once he's done playing. I think that conversation with Michael Jordan and LeBron James would be I think it'd be great for all athletes, honestly, especially black athletes.
You know what I think would be surprisingly interesting is someone like we don't hear a lot from outside of the music. Someone like Future sitting down with one of the younger kids from Atlanta. I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Do you hear him like actually speak and open up outside of, all the music he's been putting out? I think that could be good and help serve a demo that probably needs it.
Yeah.
Mm.
I still would like to see the peer versus peer thing too, though. Because I do think at this point we can say SZA and Kendrick are peers.
Yes.
Is that safe to say?
Yes.
Closer in age, similar time coming up. They're
Mhm.
both A-listers. Like I think they're peer. That's why I really enjoyed this combo, because it feels like obviously they're two separate people going through two separate different journeys.
You feel like SZA's A-list?
Yeah.
Not Chris Rock?
You
I
think
was
SZA's bigger than Chris Rock?
I was talking about music, just music.
Oh, okay. I'm just fucking with
I
you.
like in the
I had to throw that
no,
out
because
there.
you know my triggers. Because now I'm really thinking about it.
Yeah.
Now
Practice emotional intelligence. Don't yell at me.
it's not good for a podcast. You just gotta
Let
just
it all
gotta
out.
crash out.
Just gotta crash.
This generation does not want emotional intelligence at all. Our favorite thing is the term crash out.
Yeah.
But with SZA and Kendrick, different paths, but I think they're kind of in a similar part in their lives. I mean, Kendrick has a family, SZA doesn't, so that's probably the biggest separation.
Mm-hmm.
But they're both going through a similar part in their career and in their lives with, being in their 30s.
Yeah.
I like the peer versus peer thing. I think you can get more out of it because people are going through similar things rather than like the sensei versus the up and comer that loved him, which would be great combos. But I'd rather see Tyler do this with somebody that's currently in music.
Yeah.
But
No worrying mouth.
Maul, I have to thank Via, man. When I came on this podcast, I was off 2 of the Elevate gummies.
Mm-hmm.
The comments were saying it was the best performance I ever gave. They like me on the gummies, to the point that I even went apple picking over the weekend, which is the original sin. So I had to take the Cloud9 gummy just to relax and get me in that mode to get my Adam and Eve on.
Whenever we take our long flights, I like to take the Dream Sleep gummies.
Okay.
To kind of relax me and help me fall asleep before we take off.
I
take off before we take off.
I've noticed every time that we are on a flight together with this tour, you knock out way before they even get through the safety stuff.
Thanks to the Dream Sleep gummies.
I get it. They are the industry leader, over 500,000 customers served, made in the USA, farmed and crafted with care in the United States. Their products range from 0 milligrams to 100 milligrams of THC, which is great for me because I need to microdose. I just don't really have the tolerance the way you do. But if you want to go there, you can go there with them.
They also have 0 THC products. If THC isn't for you, you can still take advantage of their CBD line with products designed for sleep, focus, and energy that will keep you glowing all year long. If you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code RORYMALL to receive 15% off. After you purchase, they ask you where you heard about them. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. This fall, enhance your everyday with Via. Again, if you're 21 plus, check out the link to Via in our description and use the code RORYMALL to receive 15% off.
Maul, when you think about businesses that are selling through the roof, think of businesses like Heinz, on the fashion side, Skims. Sure, you think about the great product and a cool brand, brilliant marketing that we've seen, but an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business that's making it sell. Also for shoppers that are buying. We use Shopify when it comes to our merch. I use it for my vinyls, for my album merch. It makes everything simpler for everybody.
Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell wherever your customers are scrolling or strolling, on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Businesses that sell more, sell on Shopify.
Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Skims uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/RoryMall, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/RoryMall to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/RoryMall.
Either way, I'm looking forward to this next project.
I'm so excited.
Since we recorded last, we got a record and a half, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
The one technically is a single that he put out this morning.
Can you guys pronounce these song titles for me as well? I don't think they're as easy as Bizarre.
Well, this one's called Noid. It's short. It's Paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
So Noid came out today, and it looks like it's the third track because he put 3 Noid. I love Tyler. I could say so much about him, but I don't know. This whole world he's building, I'm really excited for this. I think it's going to be a great album. I love, again, to our conversation about not playing with the rules. He's doing a Tuesday release. He put out a single on a Monday. Like, and this single is more like it feels like less of a single and more like an interlude.
Yeah.
He raps like
trailer
maybe
almost.
16 bars.
Mm.
So I'm just infatuated with the whole. It's cinematic, the coloring, the shots, the drone shots, the costume, the aesthetic. Everything is just. I don't
Tyler,
think
the creator,
anyone does it as good as he does.
he's the epitome of when you let an artist, do what they want to do and just have people surround you that believe in your vision and your dream. Like, he's the epitome of that.
He's the perfect example of leave a genius alone to let them do it.
Let them do what they want to do. I would love to see Tyler, the creator, and DJ Khaled sit down and talk.
Oh yeah, I forgot about their whole.
I would love to see that. I would love to see where Khaled is today.
Tyler's addressed it a few different times throughout the years where his opinion has changed, obviously, because he was upset at the time.
Yeah.
Then he explained that he was happy almost to shit on his album because why are you in the backseat shitting like on me? I've never said anything bad about you.
Yeah.
And then he moved on to like, I don't really care, which is usually how that cycle goes. But
yeah. In the moment, you got to let me be mad at what somebody said. But then years later, it's like, I don't care, man.
And it was just another like representation of opposite sides of hip hop not understanding each other.
Yeah.
Well, not on Tyler's side because he didn't say anything to begin with, but the quote unquote A-listers that look at people like Tyler that are weird, but have more money and sell more than him. So it's like, your goal is to make money and sell records. I'm doing that over here better than you. Why am I weird? I do your shit better than you.
That was
the only thing you care about.
I think DJ Khaled, I think that was ego got the best of him that
Yeah,
day.
he wanted the number one. He wanted to be able to say, yo, look at this. And Tyler goes number one damn near every time he releases. So I always found that weird. Like, even when like Troy Ave was calling Joey Badass and his crew weirdos and they're corny and like, y'all don't play in the club. And it's y'all are on majors. Joey Badass was a completely independent artist that was selling out festivals. I think his rate at that time, he said, was $250K. Like, no, I don't really care about the club on Gansevoort today. Like, everything you preach about independence, making money, impact, I do all that.
Yeah.
And I do it better than you. So why am I weird? Because I'm not playing in the club? Like, I always just found that juxt odd with hip hop. But
yeah,
they did it to Kanye too. And now look at who he is.
Right.
I think Tyler's already established himself as one of the greats of this generation. I don't think we need to get into that. So I don't think this is really going to change too much of the trajectory. Like, this will make Tyler up a peg, than he is already. Because I think he deserves to be in that top 5 conversation period when it comes to this generation.
What do you guys think of, again, the song that he put out today? It's circles around paranoia, and it seems like he's entering this phase of being, tens of millions of dollars up, and now the paranoia of being successful is setting in.
Yeah.
You think that that's just like a financial paranoia? He, the few lyrics we get here, he's saying like, I can't buy a home in private, home invaders got my brothers dying. Now he raps about carrying a gun in his car and under his bed. His neighbors want him dead. Like, he's saying all these things that are evoking like fear that come with being this successful. What do you guys think about, the actual lyrics from the song?
It's funny. I didn't think too much of this record. I like it a lot. But again, it feels like an interlude and feels like something so much bigger to what the overall theme of the album is going to be. Like, I don't think we're supposed to really fully understand this yet. I think it was intentionally short, intentionally brief to give us just a taste of what the bigger picture will be with this project. That's why I'm not like kind of overthinking too much on this record, because it's not supposed to be heard just by itself. And I think Tyler has a pretty quick turnaround when he starts promoting stuff. Usually it's like a week or two. So I think...
Did he release this on DSPs?
Tomorrow, I think tomorrow...
This one came out on DSPs today.
Or next week, we're going to get it.
The album comes out next Tuesday.
Oh, it is officially next Tuesday.
Yeah, October 28th.
So yeah, I mean, as much as I love
Tuesday
this...
release?
He's doing a Tuesday release. So there was a clip resurfacing. He had a Nardwuar interview where he said, I miss Tuesday releases. And Nardwuar asked why. And he said, look, like I understand numbers wise, the labels always say the weekend's better for streaming. But he said, I don't believe in that. I said I think people play music more on the weekends, but they're not really listening to it. You said I want this to be something that you listen to on the train or in the car as you go to work, like something you're like sitting and consuming in one listen by yourself when you're going through like the 9 to 5 during the work week, rather than you listening to it with friends or like at a party on the weekend.
Yeah.
Which I agree with. I think that's interesting. And he's like, it's not worth the numbers for me to do a weekend release. He goes, I just believe in the Tuesday release and I wanted to do that. So
What's your favorite way to consume music? I'm not gonna lie, I think mine's is definitely sleeping.
Wait,
like while you're asleep,
like
or about
while
to
you're
go to
asleep,
sleep?
you wake
Yeah,
up and like know the album.
I promise you it's weird. If you play music, I'm one of those people, I can hear everything in my sleep.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about sleep. And
To let your brain
if
rest.
if there's music playing, like I can hear the music.
It's part of the dream.
Not necessarily part of the dream, but I can definitely hear the music. Like I can hear what I'm listening to.
I agree. I never believed that before, but when I was watching Narcos, I started dreaming in Spanish, and then I was like, "Oh, I am fully no, I'm for real."
Or were they just talking in
marriage
Spanish while you were asleep and you were hearing
No,
that?
I was
The marriage
dreaming in
He was
Spanish.
prepared to go meet the plug. Like I got to learn Spanish in a month.
I
Like,
swear.
I'm going back to Mexico.
You got to be careful what you listen to. When
That's
you're
why
asleep.
Hooked on Phonics folded. You just needed Narcos and go to sleep.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I love playing albums like just while I'm sleeping, just have it on repeat the whole album, and you can definitely hear it. And that's how some of the albums. When the SZA album came out, when we was in Seattle.
Yeah.
That night, like I just had it on repeat, went to sleep, played it, woke up the next day, let it play. I was like, yo, this album is crazy.
I prefer, my number one way is either walking or running. The SZA joint. I just walked around Seattle and listened. My first listen was just walking around the city of Seattle. I take in music better that way. Second would probably be on the train. Third would be the car.
I like while I'm cleaning too.
So cleaning, I like that a lot, but music that I've already heard. New music I don't prefer to do with cleaning, because sometimes, you get distracted and can't take in everything that's happening with the music. But I love putting an album on that I've already heard to clean. But to take in an album for the first time, I'm walking or running is typically the best way.
Do you guys read the lyrics? So I really enjoy the thing now that Apple does, obviously, where you have the lyrics. I prefer to read the lyrics when I'm hearing the song for the first time. Actually, sometimes I'll read the lyrics before I listen to the song.
Really?
Yeah, lyrics are what's most important to me
It's like
in a song.
eating dessert before dinner.
Nope. Lyrics are what's the most important to me. I always thought it was like that for everybody, but what I've realized, either between working on this podcast and just meeting people, the beat and the melody is what's most important to people when it comes to music. Lyrics have always been number one for me.
I mean, personally, yeah, lyrics are up there with me, but I can name a bunch of amazing songs with shitty lyrics but great melody. I can't name an amazing song that has great lyrics and a shitty melody.
It's because you don't listen to Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift has bad melodies?
She has some songs where the lyrics are
It's
really
very
good, but you would
simple.
never listen to.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I think Taylor
I mean, it's
Swift.
just like pop progression.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They're simple.
I'm a music guy though. If the music isn't good, I don't give a
That's-
fuck what you're saying.
I'm on that side.
I don't
too. As much
care
as I love
what-
lyrics.
If the music
Well, no,
is terrible,
of course.
turn that shit off. Like if the music, I don't care. You can be saying the illest shit, dropping the most jewels, all of that. If that beat and that music and those melodies ain't right, it's just not palatable. I can't listen to it.
Yeah, and also like with writers that are really, really, really good, I don't like to necessarily read the lyrics because things can be interpreted differently. Like I like to interpret it how I hear it.
Mhm.
Because I feel like if I sit and read the lyrics, I may not perceive it in my way. I perceive it in what I'm reading. Like you've never listened to a record and got a completely different perspective of it, and then like went back and read the lyrics and was like, I was totally fucking wrong. And now I kind of don't like it as much.
Yeah.
I can't relate to it the same because I just misheard the lyrics in my way, and my brain likes it this way. I know
Okay,
it sounds nuts, but
I get what you're.
I've
I get what
definitely
you're saying.
thought
We
for
don't
like
use
years
that.
on certain records, they were saying something that I related to, and then I went and looked at the lyrics. I was like, oh, this is not anything of what I thought it was.
Yeah,
So
she's 5'2". Yeah,
that one should have been common sense though. Like she's 5'2". Why would you think that? She's fine too.
She's 5'2".
But I want you.
Who could eyeball a chick's height? Like she 5'2" right
Kamala campaign ad.
but you can't. You can eyeball a chick's height. You can eyeball people's height. Period.
there. No, you cannot.
Yeah, you can.
How tall do you think I am?
You eyeballed Damaris's weight.
Yeah, which is way harder.
You were like, what? Not even 5 pounds
No,
off?
he was literally like 2 pounds off.
Yeah.
Then
It's a weird skill to have.
yeah.
I mean,
Being the
coming-
weight whisperer is funny.
Coming from where I'm from, you deal with a lot of weight. So it's like, you got to be able to tell when that's off. that ain't an 8-ball, Julian. You shave some off the top, nigga. Give me the rest of my
Yeah.
shit.
We were on
I mean, not gonna lie, I hung it up a while ago, but hey, I know.
we were on a work Zoom, me, Mo, and Biggs.
I know some
And we were
grams.
talking about like real work shit. If Biggs started doing math about an offer, and he's like, my bad, I was still doing crack math. But he was accurate. Just the way he did it, how he added that shit up was so fucking funny.
But I started laughing because I knew what he was doing. As soon as he was like, yo, too, I was like, this ain't that. Like,
This ain't that.
But he landed at the right number.
Yeah, but I'm in my mind, I'm like, yo, this ain't that, my nigga. But yeah, he got the number right. Yeah.
Oh man, that's funny. What were we talking about before that?
Oh,
fine too, 5'2".
guessing height.
If you're talking to a girl though, and she brings up, yo, do you like that girl? She's 5'2", but don't worry, I want you instead. Like,
Yeah, that makes no sense.
Yeah,
no,
people
she's
are-
fine too. Don't get me wrong, but I want you.
People are slow.
Yeah. Love slow people.
But Mo, you really can't eyeball height.
Height, it depends. Like, all right, so if you wearing heels, right? You walking here with heels. I don't know you. I'm just looking at you. I can kind of sort of guess if you take the heels off. I look at you like, okay, see the heel. I'm like, all right, she's probably dropped down 3-4 inches. Maybe 5'4", 5'5". Like
With
you
brown eyes.
can, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know why people thought that that's what Lloyd was doing. In his record, she's 5'2". What?
Just eyeing some height.
Yeah, like what do you? No, it's not what he was saying.
And such an interesting height to pick. Like there was always a stereotype 5'5" with brown eyes was used in so many records, but like, nah, I want that shorter girl over there.
And not only that, fine and 5 don't sound that like if I'm in a
He
song.
sang it.
Well,
You
he
gotta
s-
hear it.
And he didn't really clarify. He didn't really like it wasn't really clear. She's 5. It was just 5. You heard 5. You ain't hear the N-E or the V-E. It was just she's
So-
5'2".
All right. Lloyd sometimes does that throughout his entire career. One of my favorite Wale records is Wale and Lloyd, Sabotage.
Mm-hmm.
When we were in college, the first time we were listening to that, I really thought on the hook, Lloyd said, my girl likes her salad tossed. He doesn't pronounce his words like all the way right.
Well, what did he say?
He might have said that.
No, that hook being my girl likes her salad tossed.
I mean, what's wrong with that?
My girl likes to sabotage.
Oh.
Oh,
But how he says it, it almost sounds like salad toss.
So did you like it before or after you found out?
No,
when he thought it was salad toast, that was his shit.
That was his shit.
That's when I felt seen.
Yeah, he was like, okay, me too.
No, I started laughing. I'm glad it was sabotage. That would have been a weird thing to sing.
You just heard Maul say
Oh,
me too. You just gonna let him rock out with what he said?
I know he likes to get his diaper changed.
Well, who don't know that about me? Come on, now.
That's like one of the first things he says when he meets people.
Yeah, I hug him and say, "Yo, change diapers." Cool.
Yo, I got this pamper on me right now.
Ew, what? Please.
Do we have voicemails?
We do. We have some fun ones today.
Great.
I'm really excited, so let's get into it.
You've got mail.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up, Ma? What's up, Rory? Julian, what's up, my boy? Hey, Damaris. Hey, Damaris, I ain't gonna lie. I think they should record the whole podcast just looking at you. I ain't gonna lie. Just camera on Damaris. All hour and 45 of them things. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I ain't gonna get my name because y'all a big platform. I don't need people in my business. But basically, I was raising a child for like a year and a half. Come to find out, the little crumb snatcher wasn't even mine. So now I'm in a situation where like my mama.
What did he just refer
Crumb
to? Baby?
snatcher. Crumb snatcher.
Oh, that's cute. Okay.
Is still fucking with the girl and the baby. Like she picking them up for church
His mom is still fucking with the girl in the
Can we
video.
turn
every
this up?
Sunday and shit like it. And like I'm mad because I feel like this girl is still getting the bonuses of being like attached to me when it's really fuck her. Like I really don't like this situation, but at the same time, like I know my mama really cares about the little boy and everything. So like, should I stand on business and tell my mama to stop fucking with them, or should I like, just let the situation play out and just grin and bear it? Because I do understand that like a child can't have too many support systems. So, and I definitely love the little boy still. So I still want him to have that support system. But like, I don't know. How would y'all approach the situation? I just want to know how y'all think about it.
He got to take that right.
Yeah.
That was a long ass life. Is that?
What that was?
I mean, I
assumed he was
understand,
waiting at a light
him
stick turn.
wanting to still be in the child's life, but I mean, a woman lied to you about a kid being yours.
Well, maybe she
That's
didn't know.
tough. Excuse me?
Maybe she didn't know.
That's even worse.
No, I think lying is worse.
Yeah, I think if you had sex with somebody while me and you were having sex and then you're pregnant, I think that should just be something. If you know you weren't wearing protection with this other gentleman, I think
Bring
that's
it
just a
up.
conversation we need to have before the baby is here.
I agree.
That's fair.
And because what 1.5? He said
1.5. Yeah.
Yeah, like you should do that swab. Like
Yeah, like you know.
Yeah. Can you imagine
Maybe-
if Rory
maybe
just
like
walked
day
in here
2.
and was like, well,
yeah,
Well, guys.
19 months in, like yeah.
That's
I actually
crazy.
asked Rory that question. I wonder if Rory's willing to share what he said he would do. Are you willing to share that?
Oh, Mo and I are on the same page when it comes to this type of stuff.
I said no. See, but
Kill everybody.
We've had a similar voicemail like this before.
But when I brought up Amara, I'm like, Amara, bro, you're not gonna just. He's like, bro, I'm like, there's no way.
I watch from a distance.
Yeah,
It's not my baby anymore.
yeah. I'm on that.
I'm on that.
I'm on that. I'm on that heavy.
That is like
that
kind of like a get out of jail
on
free
that.
card.
Yeah, because where this nigga at? He had bottle wars or something. Where the real father at? Like, oh nigga, I'm sitting here and loving this kid, and you know what I'm saying?
And I need a refund.
Getting no
on
sleep,
19 months
waking up,
of
like
money.
the baby wake up in the middle of the night. I get up, take care of the baby. Like this nigga just getting home from the club. Like, fuck that. Come get your kid, man. I'm not taking care of this baby. No, I'm not doing that. I'm
And
sorry.
I kind of feel, and we won't say his name, I kind of feel him when he was talking about his mom, like, you don't now get to get all these great resources from us. Like,
Yeah.
so what Maul is saying, if that dude ends up being like a piece of shit or whatever, like now all of a sudden it's our responsibility because he doesn't know what the fuck to do.
Nah.
But he never said that though. He never said that the other father wasn't in the life. Unless I misheard that, he just said that
He
the
didn't.
girl likes going to church with his mom, and the girl and the baby like going to church with his mom. That's not an incredible resource. It's God. Like she still has a
I
relationship
mean, if my
with the
mom
mom.
and my sister want to still be cool with the girl and the baby, like, I mean, that's their decision. But it's no longer my responsibility to take care of this child.
And I don't think that he even put that across. It
No, but he was
just
saying like she still, you know, he said he loves the little boy, and you know he doesn't want the little boy to not have support systems. But that's because you can be honorable, you can be, you know, your moral compass can be intact, all of those things. But looking at a child that you know is not yours, like you just found out, and you like at one point thought that was your seed and was loving them, is your emotions change towards that child. You still, I mean, not a piece of shit person. You're still gonna make sure the child is good if that's what you choose to do. But it changes something in you when you start to look at that kid and like, yo, she didn't even like. This is not even my son. Like, that's crazy.
And I fully believe in step siblings, step parents.
For sure.
I think that can be just as equal as love and viewed as that is my kid. But when it's a situation like this,
yeah,
I think that changes how you would feel about the entire situation and start questioning yourself about everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like anytime you see that baby, of course you love the baby because the baby's been there a year and a half. That's a parent's love from what they viewed it. But now it's a reminder of questioning everything that's going on between your love for that kid and your entire surrounding.
Yeah.
Like if this was a lie, I don't know if I could even look at this kid the same because that's just a reminder of a betrayal instead of love.
Yeah, it's no fault of the kids. It's
No,
just
not
like,
at all.
This kid just reminds me, to Rory's point, like every time I see this, I'm gonna think of you dragging me through all this bullshit that wasn't even like it's not mine. And then I'm always gonna be thinking of you, the woman that made this fucking mess happen. Like no, I'm on your side. Remove myself completely.
I think,
and I don't fault anyone if they didn't do that. Like that's everyone's own decision, no judgment to anyone. Like I can also totally see somebody loving their kid and finding out it's not theirs and still being like, yeah, I'm gonna stay. I love this kid. But
I don't understand that.
I don't.
Sorry.
I don't.
I would
judge.
make my mom stop hanging out with him too. Fuck that.
I think
the hell out of here.
I don't know. I just look at the situation and it's just a reminder of like the way that women and men love children. And this isn't me bashing men, just the way that women and men view love when it comes to like familial and like nurturing is just so completely different.
Obviously, because that baby
I'm
is
not even
inside of you.
I'm not
It's
even
part of
talking
you
about-
that
I'm
there
not
is
even
no
talking about
question to
that.
any of
I'm
that.
not even talking about the ownership of the baby. Even in the areas of like step parents and things like that. I just, from what I've seen in my life, what I've experienced, just the way that women and men
But step
love
parents
babies.
is different. Because
I know
if I
some
meet
great
you, if I
stepdads.
meet you and you have a kid,
Yeah.
and we're dating, and we're in love now. Obviously, you have a kid. I'm gonna love your kid, and raise your kid as well. That's
Unless
a
I
choice.
cheat, but if I cheat on you, if I cheat on you with the kid's father, then what? Do you still love the kid? Do you still have that same relationship with the kid? No, right?
It depends. It depends. How long we'll be together? Like how old is this kid? If this kid is not a year, you know what I mean? It's like, but now if we've been together 4 years, and you and your child, we've lived together for 4 years. Of course, like there's a connection there with me and the kid already, even if the kid is not mine. But I went into it knowing that the kid isn't mine because you had a kid when I met you. Now, if I'm thinking this kid is mine, we're together, and you're pregnant, and I'm with you through your pregnancy, and then come to find out that's not my kid, I feel like I've been betrayed the entire relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different level of emotion there, where it's like, step kid, I know it's not my kid. With you, get pregnant, I feel like this is my kid. Find out it's not my kid. I don't know what to believe and trust from you now. That's where the difference is at.
And to your point of this step parent cheating scenario, that's why dating with kids is such high stakes. You're a piece of shit parent if your kid has fallen in love with your new partner, looks at them like a stepmother. If I go and cheat, I know the stakes are so high that this other mother figure will now have to be taken away from my daughter. So, like, that really falls on the parent side. You can't be mad at the person like, damn, I got cheated on. I don't want to be in this relationship anymore, but I'll stick with it because they have a kid that I love. Like,
no, but not even.
No, what? You shouldn't be cheating because you know I'm going to leave. And now your daughter is now going to have another person leave them. Like,
I agree, but see, that was the difference that I was bringing up, because you can leave me, but if you, it's this love word that we keep throwing out, and it's like, do we really love? Because when I look at love as being unconditional. Love is being unconditional. My presence might not be unconditional, but the love is unconditional. So you're telling me that if we're in a relationship and I do something, I turn out to be a horrible person, whatever, and for some reason we have to break up, this kid that you've lived with for, like Maul said, let's say 4 years, you leave me, you are now also, you're cutting connection with my kid.
Stakes is high.
See, and that was my point that I was making. I'm not saying that you're wrong for that. I just look at that like, did you ever really love my kid? If you're able to just never speak to my kid ever again because you don't want a relationship with me, then did you ever really love my kid, or was this a part of me that you just accepted? Because that's not love. That's
but
toleration.
there's people that I've dated that I've loved that will never speak to again. That doesn't mean I don't love them. That doesn't mean I never loved them. It just means like our relationship, our time has ended, and now you're obviously in another relationship, and it's like.
But they're not a kid. I'm talking about a kid, an innocent child.
But even as a kid, it's like if I go into a relationship and you get pregnant and we're together and I feel like, oh, that's my kid, that's my son, and they come to find out it's not. It's hard. Like that level of trust and betrayal.
The whole thing is tainted.
Yeah, it's like that is.
No, we get that. We're talking about that new scenario.
With that scenario, yes, if I love you and also love your kid, but then you cheat on me and I want to leave, I don't want to be in this relationship because you cheated on me. I still love you, but I know I have to leave. Like, I don't think anyone that's ever been cheated on immediately stopped loving the person when they found out. They just decided this is not going to work. Because I love them, I'm going to leave. Why can't that be the same with the child too? Because parents and kids are a package deal. So what's wrong with leaving the person that you were with that cheated on you? You love them, but I'm leaving. So I'm also leaving the kid.
Yeah. Because
like it's the same.
It's your action that led to this
thing.
It's not. I'm not the bad guy because I have to walk.
No one's saying.
No, I know it's not what you're saying, but it's like your actions in turn made me have to do the following, which a part of that is ultimately having to walk from the kid as well.
And it makes that cheating again, stakes are even higher because now I'm looking at you like, all right, you knew you were not only risking me by going to cheat, knowing that I would leave if I catch you. You're also risking this bond I formed with your child.
Yeah, no.
Like,
and that's
now I'm looking at you like, all right, so you risked me and your child?
I also think that people aren't really having, I think you're giving people more credit when they're going to do stupid things. I agree with you,
No,
but I think
you're
you're
right.
giving people too much credit when they go to do stupid things. I
For
don't.
sure, but we are all adults, and every
to deal with the
decision we make, we have to
consequences.
deal with the
I
consequences.
agree.
I don't care if you were going into it not thinking. You're an adult. You should have been thinking.
I think my
Look at
point.
the stakes is high.
My point got lost in this, and I think we keep getting caught up. I feel like you should not enter any child's life, period, if you are not willing to continue to, especially if that child starts to rely on you, if you are not willing to continue to be in that child's life, regardless of any situation. You can leave a parent and still people co-parent all the time.
Yeah.
So don't acting like you can't co-parent your stepkid is. I've been in relationships
it's
with
different.
it is different, but only if you make it's different, but it doesn't have to be that different.
Where's the real father at?
But we're not. That's not.
I'm just
That
asking.
doesn't. I don't know.
That
But
does
that's
matter.
not. No, it doesn't matter.
Yes,
That
it
doesn't.
does. The
that doesn't
father of your
matter.
child? That doesn't matter?
No.
Let's say they passed away. Let's not make it like some nasty shit.
Okay, they passed away.
Unfortunately, they passed away
in a bottle war.
Even if
That's where
they
you're at.
did, even if they
Casualty of war.
didn't, people form different. Like for example, I love Amara. If Rory fired me today, me and him never were friends again. Do you think that I would go my whole life without trying to at least attempt to see Amara? That is no, because that would mean that to me, that means that you never really loved her in the beginning. You never really planned on having a bond with her to begin with. Like, I'm not gonna abandon her because I'm abandoning her father. Fuck her father. I'll call somebody else. Like, respectfully. But like, that's how I love
Why we
kids.
have to use this hypothetical?
Or disrespectful.
Yeah, but like that's how I love kids. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had friends that I've fallen out with, but like their kids can still call me. It's still up with your mom, but the kids can still call me. That's the type of love that I give out and that I've received from women. All I'm saying is that from men, I see that tends to be a little different. That was my original.
Do you think there's a scenario where it's okay for a guy to go date a woman with a child and just accept that rather than love that child unconditionally?
Yeah, but I don't think you should be as far as marriage, I don't think you should take a man seriously you can tell if a man's tolerating and accepting your child versus loving them. You can tell.
I mean, some of y'all got some kids that's hard to love.
That's what I was saying. Like I could love you, but like the more I get to know
Like, if
your
you got a
kid, like,
badass kid,
That is true. We're assuming the kid is good.
like we
that's
talking
why
about
I
I brought that question up.
we talking
Like,
about
Don't do
sweet,
that because
respectful
what's a
kids.
good kid and what's a bad
Just
kid?
like
we
normal
know some.
kid, just like a
You know the
normal-
bad kids, the niggas that got the silver caps in their teeth already. Them little niggas, we could, I'm not keeping in touch with Lil Raheem.
You'd pop the balloon.
Yeah.
raise him before he robs me in 15 years.
Yeah, I'm cool. He'll be in the penitentiary in 12 years. Don't worry about him.
Then we'll have the house to ourselves.
We can't save them all, Damaris. We got to come to that realization. Every child cannot and will not be saved. We
George
know that.
Bush put me in the No Child Left Behind program.
Man, fuck that. A lot of, you know how many niggas from that
left your
program is
ass
in jail right
behind.
now? Trust me.
Oh, I was having a conversation, name drop, with Jay Electronica over the weekend. You guys make fun of me for going to space camp. In New Orleans, he went to Project Star, and it was the same program. Like
Project Star, okay.
I felt like much better about myself based off the laughs you guys give me with my space camp.
I mean, it's Jay Electronica. You act like it was a fucking pharmacist that say, yeah, I went to space camp too. It's your fellow autism person. Like
one of the greatest artists of all time.
He
Also went to
is.
the same program.
Yeah. Artists tend
But
to
we're
be
probably
a little,
both on the spectrum. It's probably why we're both there.
Yeah. So I'm like,
Project Star is way harder than space camp. I was kind of tight that Louisiana calls it that.
Jay is still in space camp.
That's what I'm like,
He's still
what?
in Project Star. Like,
I mean, everything is
you
UFO.
know where he
based.
lives now? Like, he's in Project
It's the
Star.
highest spot of UFO sightings.
He's at the University of Project
He
Star
went
right
there
now.
to find the mothership.
Exactly.
Love you, Jay.
If we wrapping this up, what advice are
Well-
we giving him as far as the baby going to church with his mama?
I think Maul kind of.
I mean, he
talked
could
about
keep that if they should know that if the mother and that his I don't know if his sister whoever, if they want to still have a relationship with the child, I can understand that. But I can on the same hand understand how he doesn't want to continue that relationship because it's just a certain level of betrayal there and a certain level of dishonesty that I think is very hard for some people to recover from, because I don't think you ever look at that woman the same way again. You don't believe anything out of her mouth at that point.
Yeah, I
So,
think he got lucky. Get out of there.
a year and a half. I mean, that's still a lot of time.
It's a lot of time.
You love your child the moment they're born.
it's a lot of time, and again, you got to understand it's not an easy
starting to get to
decision for
know.
him, but it's that's just I can understand if he decided to no longer keep that relationship going.
And I don't think he should feel bad about himself if
No.
it's tough for him. Because again, a year and a half, I can speak to this. is when you just start to get to know your kid. Like they're now a person with feelings and like reactions. And it's not just something that's been sitting on a boob and making cute faces. Like this is a person now.
Yeah.
So that can obviously be tough because love changes once, you know, you actually know the personality.
Yeah.
I have a cry challenge for Maul to double back on his point of never crying. Be a man, shut the fuck up. I challenge Maul to watch the YouTube videos of the kids asking their step parents to adopt them and not cry.
Oh my God.
Oh, those.
You're a sociopath if you can watch those videos and not bawl out crying. They are the most beautiful videos I've ever seen in my life.
I've seen some of them.
It's up there with the dogs in the army.
Oh, stop. My heart.
I'm telling you, the Can You Adopt Me videos?
It's called Hope Core.
I don't think I would cry from that. I would cry from watching like adopting puppies and shit like that more than I would like. That to me is a little more pulls on the heartstrings.
You cried when Raheem got shot. That's like what
there's a series going on TikTok right now with football players from like low income schools going up to their favorite, the teacher that or the staff member that impacted them the most and letting them wear their jersey for game day. So like they would walk up to the teacher with the jersey and like the teacher start crying and shit. That had me like boohoo fucking crying. Oh,
See, I don't know if I cried at that. I'm like, yo, what was their record? Because I'm like, y'all wasn't shit. I'm not wearing your jersey if I'm your teacher. I'm like, yo, get out of here. You got 50 yards on the year. Get the fuck away from me.
On the year.
like get away from me.
It's week 12 and you have 50 rushing yards on the season.
You have 50, you can't catch. You dropped the pass last week to go to States. Like, get out of here. I'm not wearing your fucking jersey.
Yeah, not everything is the plot to Blindside.
Yeah, like what? No.
Speaking of crying, you guys remember Ty Pennington's Extreme Home Makeover?
Yeah.
Man, my family used to get together and cry with these fucking things. These shows were so emotional.
See, Julian cried somebody get their kitchen done over.
No, that's not it. They would knock down the whole home.
Julian, if you admit it, I'm gonna be right there with you because that shit makes me tear up too.
I know.
You niggas was crying if they get a new garage.
Hell yeah.
They would knock down the whole home and they'd be like, move that bus. And then it's like Ty Pennington.
I remember that.
It was fucking incredible.
And then like you see the kids freak out and like.
Oh my God. That shit was so emotional.
Speaking of Brad Pitt and George Clooney, I think it's Ocean's 12 when Brad Pitt goes into George Clooney's hotel room and he has a glass of wine. I think he was watching this show.
Yeah.
And he's like crying. And Brad Pitt's like, are you all right?
No, it was Oprah. They were watching Oprah, I think.
But it was like a makeover for a house. And George Clooney was like, it's about the kids at the end of the day.
I'm not crying at that shit, man.
That and the one where the boss, undercover boss.
That's just more funny.
It can be funny, but there were also episodes where it would get emotional. And the guy's like, I've been working on the assembly line for like 50 years. And then the boss would come in and be like, you said you were talking about your kids that have student loans and you're working overtime to, pay for this and groceries and everything. And he would just like literally like take the helmet off and hand him a check and be like, everything's fixed now. Like, come on.
How many times do you think
can't hold back the tears?
People watch that show and like in their real life suspect somebody that maybe they're on the show right now and like lean into it and it ends up just being
a regular person,
just like their coworker.
Yeah.
It's another
get
guy.
all their hopes up.
I'm not gonna lie, Will Smith almost got me though. In The Pursuit of Happiness, he almost got me.
Oh my God. I boo-hoo.
Almost got you.
At the end?
I boo-hoo.
Yeah, he almost got me. I started crying. I said, Will, you son of a bitch, you almost got me.
What
about I Am Legend?
7 pounds. Yeah, I Am Legend when he's strangling the dog.
Oh my God.
Don't kill the
Will
dog.
has a lot of tearjerker movies. 7 pounds, I
You
cried.
cried when he tried to kill that fucking zombie?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, you ain't got no choice.
His only
Either
friend.
you or him.
German Shepherd.
I know, and that's why I was so sad. That was his best friend, and he has to kill his best friend to save the world. Like,
sometimes
He
you
still didn't say the word.
No, it was when
there's like 6 endings, and he still didn't.
it was when he was about to throw the bomb and like kill himself to save like the girl with the antibodies, and it was the butterfly, and his daughter was like, "Look, Daddy, a butterfly," and they flash back. Oh my God, the tears.
Still never knew if that was a daughter or son to this day.
Do you guys
It was
cry?
it was Willow.
Oh,
Damn.
I mean, Jaden looks like that.
They're brothers and anyway.
Did you guys cry when you watched this is so random. You guys remember Adam Sandler's Click?
Oh my God, I love that movie.
It's a great movie. It didn't bring me to tears.
It did
but
make
which
me
one was
cry.
Click.
When his dad died or something like
Yeah.
that, and he couldn't like rewind or something.
He was trying
It
to
was
go,
an emotional scene.
go back into that shit. I'm like, oh, Adam Sandler, let's watch a family laugh, and I ended up crying.
But I'm happy I watched that movie when I was younger. There's really good lessons in that movie. Like,
Yeah.
It is a great movie.
like the whole purpose of life is the hard shit. That's the whole purpose.
That's
of
what
life.
Kendrick said in that interview.
And don't always work all the time. Like you'll ignore your family and everything you actually want because you're trying to do your architect podcast.
Lil Wayne said, I can do this shit from my click like Adam Sandler.
I don't remember.
I control hip hop and I'm going to keep it on my channel.
Was that after he said he had 5 bathrooms I could shit all day?
Different song, but same era. Yeah.
Do we have another voicemail?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was going to ask you guys, you want something like depressed that we could try to make fun? Or
let's
something
fucking cry in here, man.
No,
Should we
what?
go down?
Let's see who's gonna cry. Let's see who's gonna cry.
Let's give
first of all,
depression advice.
You didn't hear what he actually said.
That we
want to
can try
hear
to
some
make
depressed
fun.
shit that we can make fun of.
I said that we can try to make fun of.
Oh,
It is sad. It's a depressing voicemail. Or we can just do something that's lighter.
I want to get sad.
All right. Come on.
What's
Let's do
wrong with Maul?
Yeah, let's see who's gonna cry in here.
That's easy.
Hello, everybody. I'm just going to get straight to it. Oh, and can you not say my name? Thank you.
I mean, it says
So the
anonymous.
last few months, my life has been terrible. I've got a
thanks, Jimmy.
hand injury. That don't sound crazy.
You want
Car
to make fun of us?
accident, medical bills just piling up. I have insurance, but I don't know. Just not working. And I fell into depression. So I've pretty much just been having sex with anything. Went from 3 bodies at 25 to like 9 in 2 months. I don't know if that's crazy, but
No, baby.
yeah.
Fuck through the pain, bro. Been there.
Also, just unfortunately got infected with HSV2. So yeah,
He was fucking Gucci third leg.
from who
All
I
right.
don't
See,
know.
pause
but
the music. Stop.
What?
We're not doing that.
I didn't do it.
Well,
We're
if he's
not-
in Atlanta, there's a high chance it was probably one of his residuals.
Also,
No.
someone DM'd me over the weekend.
I
that
know,
we
and
know,
we're gonna leave
and
her alone.
Of course.
She's
I'm not even
mad.
going to give any hints.
You got
Somebody we know DM'd me and said that she almost fucked that guy and was listening to the podcast and was like, yo, thank God 2 years ago when I was about to beat, I didn't.
I know her.
No.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've spoken to her. I said no hints.
No, they couldn't hear that.
They couldn't hear
Okay.
Peach.
He has the headphones on. Peach, could anyone hear you talk?
No.
All right, cool. Well, yeah, you've met her before.
This
Great girl.
This man just said that he is depressed, broke,
Well, finish.
and fucked up, and now he has herpes. Why are we can't laugh at this?
Well, I said we can try to laugh, so let's continue. It doesn't end on a happy note. Well, let's go.
I didn't think this was going to take
my
a
life
turn.
has just been on autopilot, and I just stopped caring. And yeah, I don't want to do anything with anybody because I don't want to affect anyone. And I can't really afford to do the things that I like doing. So I just been working, and yeah. So I just want to know, what should I do? And thank you. That's it.
I really am about to cry. I didn't think that this would actually make me cry. That is so fucking sad.
I can answer him. As someone that has fucked through the pain and realized that's not a solution to dealing with your problems, I think it's a time to reevaluate. You see that did not work and search other solutions in getting out of this feeling and this hole that you're in. Sometimes we have to try shit and fail at it to realize that that's not the path. Fucking through the pain was not it.
Yeah, I've tried that.
Trying to just take everything that's happening to you and get a distraction by just having a fucking orgasm with a stranger to feel good for 2 seconds is not the solution. So we know that now. And unfortunately, there was something added into that scenario. But what's done is done. And clearly, that's not a solution for you. So we can check that off the list and start looking at healthier ways to get out of this hole. Because I've tried to find plenty of ways to get out of depression, whether it be substance abuse, just a bunch of different things that made you feel good for the moment. And then you start to feel way shittier. And you realize, all right, man, I need to stop right now and find healthier ways to get through this entire thing.
Yeah.
That's usually when you start to find the ones that are healthier. Everyone's different. So I'm not sure what that will be for him. but he does know going that route is not going to get it done
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever. Anything that's codependence, and sex is one of those. Sex is a vice as well. Vices will not get you out of those holes. So I would start looking into healthier options.
And not only that,
Like what
suggestion.
healthier options? Like what?
Again, everyone is different. Starting with exercise, I think, is across the board one of the absolute best ways.
Mhm.
I think reading is an absolute great way, and there's so much to pick from.
Therapy.
Therapy,
Definitely find a good therapist.
He's broke. Can't
BetterHelp.com.
afford it. Sorry.
Or BetterHelp.com. Use code Rory Mall for
20% off.
20% off.
Yeah, I would start there. Again, it's tough when you don't know anything about a person because everyone deals with this type of shit
Yeah.
differently, and everyone has different solutions. But exercise, reading, getting outside, don't necessarily have to be around people, but just being outside and outdoors, I think changes your mood like you would not believe. I think that's a super important one.
That was one thing I liked about the Kendrick when you said he runs every morning.
Mm.
I can understand that. I think I could see that in Kendrick. Like he comes across as the type of person that likes to be alone a lot. And obviously running and exercising helps with your mental health and things like that, as well obviously your physical health. But I could see, like you said, exercising, being outdoors, finding a good therapist, somebody you can talk to, finding your passions creatively, getting into things that you never did, trying different things. I think anything to just keep your mind moving and your body moving is a big help. But to answer your question, yes, you absolutely have so much to live for and to be here for. You have so much to add to this world. So yeah, definitely just find yourself, man. Don't look for outlets in other places or through other people. You're more than enough. You have everything you need within yourself. Just tap into yourself a little bit more. That's what it sounds like.
And sorry.
1 second. I know that he said he has health insurance, but I know he said he was going through a bit of a financial burden. You shouldn't feel bad about that. Everyone does have those moments. Shouldn't feel embarrassed.
Amen.
But people that go through like traumatic events like car accidents, talk with your doctor, especially since you have insurance. They can point you in the right direction for mental care after that. Because a lot of times after accidents, people are traumatized. PTSD, your actual medical doctor can point you in the right direction with your insurance to go get free mental health care. So I would talk to your doctor.
As far as the HSV2, your sex life is not over. Your life is not over. I know people that have that condition. First of all, a lot more people have it than y'all would think. It is so common because a lot of people have it and they're not even, we've talked about this, they're not even aware that they have it and they're out here just living their best lives.
Third life.
Like I said, right now, I don't think that sex needs to be your focus, not because of your disease, but because of everything else that you have. What I will say is that when you are mentally ready to deal with sex, well, first of all, now you have insurance. Go get on, I think it's called ass lips. It's a medicine that starts with an A.
Ass lips? Is that not what she said?
I didn't finish pronouncing it, but I don't know the complete name of it. There is a medicine that you can take to make you be way less symptomatic and prevent the spread of it to other people. So go get on that medicine when you're mentally ready to have sex again. I promise you can find a partner who too has HSV2 or someone who is willing to have sex with you as long as you're on the right medication. So when it's time to think about that, just note that your sex life is not over. You will have great sex. You're very young. That part of your life is not over. So don't feel so much shame and guilt. I know it's still early right now, so you will, but just everything will be okay. I promise you.
Yeah. And to your physical ailment, like with your hand, people get hurt, accidents happen. That stuff isn't permanent. It's temporary. Your hand will get fixed. Like to Damaris's point, there's things you can do that'll help with the HSV2 as well. But don't look at everything like a pile on and there's no way out. The reason why, to be quite frank, like the reason why you might feel so bad now is because you know what it feels like to not feel like that. So you also have to acknowledge like you have had highs and moments where you've been happier and in a better place. Just know that life, again, is not, a singular trajectory. It's very much this. And know that right now you may be in a rut. I would also implore you to, if not therapy is not your thing, family, friends, don't feel like you're alone. Mal suggested if you don't want to talk to people, it's really easy to be depressed and just kind of hold it in. But if you want to get outside, like connecting with nature, if it's not yourself, then just make it something that's more than yourself. So it just sounds so gay, but like whatever, like get a plant, like get something where you have to be in charge of it and you're taking care of something. And you'd be surprised what results that'll yield to someone's mental health. I literally call my plants my babies, and I mean it. I'm gay, but like it's a real thing. So just, find those things as well. I'm not saying go out there and lift a shit ton of weights and like get ripped, because you're not in that mental state to be motivated to do anything to that extent. Just start small. And I will say, look, DM, I'll answer. DM me. I'll FaceTime you. We can jump on a video call. I've done that before for some people that have left voicemails that they didn't want read. I'm more than willing to talk. As someone that admittedly and has spoken pretty openly on this pod, try to do enough drugs and fuck his way into a state where I wouldn't wake up. I got out. So shit, people, this stuff's real and you're not alone. So, keep call back. Let's talk, whatever. We'll figure this out.
Yeah, and to other people who may be feeling, you might not have the same exact situation, but you might feel lost or feel like you're lacking in two of the areas he mentioned, which one would be sex and the other one would be money. As somebody who doesn't have much of either right now, I'm telling you that it will help you figure out there is so much more to life. There is so much more to life than the shit that people write songs about and rap about, which is sex and money. Like when you take those two distractions outside, granted, we need money to live and that will always be a stress, but when you don't put it on such a high pedestal, and you learn how to live without much of it, then you really learn how to live.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just,
I like it, guys. Julian, what if you found out one of those plants had a different father?
Rory is such
technically one of mine does. One of mine is a friend of mine propagated it for me, and then I have since then taken it into my home.
Your friend being your surrogate is.
I was about to say, you got an IVF fucking plant.
And also, he should be on the up and up. I mean, dude, he was crushing pussy with one hand. Like, clearly women like him.
Yeah, thank you.
Just stop.
Yep.
I mean,
it was ball.
To go from just to break the room, the energy, to go from not getting pussy to nearly tripling your rate in like 2 months with a busted hand. You're doing something right. Like,
gotta be charming.
You did something.
You
got a cast on. You get the most pussy you've ever gotten in your life,
and also caught something.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's a separate.
Yeah,
we're talking about just like
he could have had sex with one person and caught that. That doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I know, but just just keep that in mind too when you're talking about. Yeah, look, you were crushing them. Yeah.
Well, I was trying to give a positive, like people, even with one hand, people still liked you.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So
don't let one hand keep.
Did they all sign his?
You
cast?
sound fine too. So.
All right, Tamara.
He sounds fine. What? I know voices.
I know voices.
You know weight. You know voices.
Damaris no voices. She know a nigga fine if she hear him.
Mm-hmm. I'm like Ray Charles.
No, Ray.
Why are you like Ray Charles? Why are you like Ray Charles?
No, Ray was grabbing.
Ray had the arm, but
yeah,
he had the touch. I don't even need the touch. I can just need to hear.
Nah, Ray want to know how heavy you is. It's a big mama right here.
But see, lipo would have fucked him up.
Yeah, because them arms be fat, but that ass be nice too. That waist be small. You gotta get them arms sucked.
I saw the funniest tweet over the weekend. Somebody tweeted over the weekend. Arms. I can't wait to see Big Meech's reaction to BBLs in Atlanta. And then I started to think about it. They weren't really around.
Yeah. It wasn't a thing yet.
Meech is gonna see a whole new world.
And then somebody was like, Meech gonna be so disappointed when he come out and see all these begging ass women. And this girl was like, no, I think he gonna be more disappointed to see 17 niggas on one hookah.
Yeah, that's gonna set him back.
Yeah.
That's gonna set him back. Once you see how these niggas is partying now, yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a BBL at the airport. Those things still suck the life out of a room. It's comically bad, most of them.
Yeah. Some of them are nice.
Very rare.
Yeah,
I've seen some, baby. I've seen
some of them are nice. Some of them get it done right. They go to the right doctor. Like they don't go crazy. They don't want to look like a cartoon.
They all
character.
look crazy. Dude. That's
them Bronx girls. No disrespect.
Nah. Some from the Bronx that got nice ones. We ain't doing that.
There's some, but you know what the fuck I'm talking about, Ma.
Yeah, but that ain't just the Bronx.
You go in the strip club in the Bronx. You know
they not from the Bronx.
Yeah. Them Dominican girls in the Bronx go and get that largest ass they can find, Ma.
But yeah, that's the the ones that are not so mentally sharp. Yeah.
Not as sharp as the knife. That
Yeah, that's the one.
Not the
that-
sharpest knife in the drawer.
They just think that just men want anything, and it's like not all of us are the same, man. Some of us like normal looking women, not cartoons. So
Oh, I forgot to tell you before we close. Peach saw me in a rare airport form. Well, not rare. He saw me in my airport form.
you
Like when I get on my
cuss
shit.
somebody out
Yelling at
TSA?
someone. Who are you yelling at?
We were going to TSA and there was like a family in front of us and there was a guy, but I thought it was just to the line that was at that TSA part, not like the 17 of the lines that were over there. So I start walking and the TSA agent goes, stay.
Like a dog?
And I, all of Son of Jake feelings started coming up.
What'd
in
you
me.
say?
You can't tell. Rory
I
to
said,
not
you want me to
move.
roll over too?
Rory. I would have, nah, she deserved that though. Stay is crazy.
I would have balked at him.
I actually double checked with Peach first because he was still talking to the family. I was like, did he just tell me to stay? Like, I had to make sure I wasn't hearing things that a grown man just said stay to me.
Stay is crazy.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Yeah,
But, federal offenses, different countries.
you don't want to fuck
Yeah.
around.
Yeah, like in Houston, I would have
you couldn't give
cool.
him
I
your
would have
best-
enjoyed to stay the
Yeah,
weekend in
yeah, you
Houston.
couldn't give me your best material and not at the border. Not at the. Not,
Yeah, 'cause
not-
Drake
not-
not
Because
gonna
it
come
was
in
customs.
from
You do customs
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Toronto for America.
Yeah, not at the
in
customs.
Toronto.
Nah, don't play no games, bro. Don't fuck around.
It's like, I'm an American, sir. Why would you talk to me that way?
It's all right. Just let me through this let me through this gate right here.
Do you know I'm American?
Yeah.
That was
Oh,
nuts
man.
to me, though.
Tickets available now, newroryandmall.com. We will be in Atlanta November 22nd and then home, New York City, to end the year, December 14th at the Gramercy Theater. Tickets available now. Hope to see y'all soon. Thank you again to everybody that came out to Toronto. Had a great time.
Yep.
Good to see everybody. Good to see some familiar faces. Good to meet some new people. Shout out to Marie, lovely Marie. Spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, she did
Great
a good
company.
job.
Oh, yeah, we
She's
need that
amazing.
stuff.
Oh,
we didn't
man,
post it yet because
please,
it's
man.
in one
Like,
of our
she's-
merch bags.
Yeah, she did a great job. She has some beautiful cards and stuff like that. If you ever want to send somebody a nice card around the holidays, birthdays, whatever, check out Spaghetti and Meatballs on Instagram.
Mhm.
Shout out to our girl Marie. She was dope. Had some amazing gifts. The T-shirt that the
Yeah.
gentleman gave you.
So I was going to wear it today. I will be wearing it on Thursday. It's in my suitcase.
Oh,
That I-
yeah.
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 The one you post, that's so cute.
Yeah, I was going to wear it today and
Rory
Yeah.
cried twice in Toronto. Just want to let y'all know.
Really?
I'm a
Wow.
He
comparer.
cried when they gave him the T-shirt, which was I thought was dope.
The
It
outfit.
was
Cried
so
then.
cute.
And
That
then he
is
cried
very
at the
cute.
end of the show when somebody asked the question. He was like, yo, my favorite thing from working with Maul the last few years is watching his relationship with my daughter. He almost started crying on stage when he
Oh, that was a really nice answer to that question. I think the original question was, what's your favorite quality about Maul within working with him? And I said,
Yeah.
how he treats my daughter in their relationship. Like,
he wanted to
Amara
cry. He just
runs
wanted
to
to
Maul
cry the
every
whole-
time.
He just wanted to cry the whole weekend. Wanted to cry.
She likes black people, but that's sweet.
does.
She likes black
To
people.
close the loop
Thank you,
on
Damaris.
we
conversation.
were nervous in the beginning.
No, she liked me and Maul more than she liked you.
There
Rory
was
thought
like a
his daughter
few, there was like a
racist.
few studio sessions. Like
He
when
thought-
Jesse Boykins walked in, she was like,
Nah,
and then
it-
things started to add up. And Key was like, "Do you think she's like scared of black people?" I was like, "No, I don't think that."
I am. So it makes sense. I'm scared of black-
Maul.
It's nature.
I'm scared of niggas. I'll be honest. I see niggas outside. I go the other way now. Yeah, I ain't fighting. I ain't got time for that.
When
I think every black person is walking
Yeah,
around
all
looking for
of
a
them.
fight.
I mean, the YNs, I don't fuck with the YNs.
Oh, if I see some poo shiesties, I'm calling the cops.
I think that's standard for everybody.
Yeah, I'm calling
Like,
police.
that's
you
scary.
niggas got ski masks on at 2 in the afternoon. I'm calling police.
It's not even
It's
just
July.
the shiesty though. it's the
I'm sweating. Why you got that shit?
and you
on?
know what stresses me out is what I've realized. Because my bonus daughter is about to go into high school soon.
Bonus daughter.
But yeah,
What's that?
my ex's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna do
So
a deluxe?
So it's a step and bonus.
well, bonus and step mean the same thing, but we're not married, so bonus daughter,
Okay,
bonus kid.
That's cute.
But even the
She's going to
kid,
high school.
she's gonna be going to high school soon. Maybe I think like a year, 2 years.
Okay.
But the kids are starting to dress like what they see. So like they're not the regular young niggas. Like they're pretty innocent kids, but they have like the satchels that usually have guns in them. But like they don't have guns in them. They have like
Yeah.
Skittles in there and shit, right? But it's like y'all are dressing like these niggas that we're terrified of. So we don't really know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
Like y'all wearing like ski masks just because y'all cold, like and y'all think it's a trend. It's like I think you're gonna rob me.
Mm-hmm.
So can you just like find a better role model?
Yeah, and sometimes like I'd rather be a racist stereotype and alive than take the risk.
Every time.
Like All right, you can look at me crazy for assuming that, but what if I was right?
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
No, I'm with you.
I'll just be racist.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll take it. I wear it
but
with
there's
pride.
a lot of white kids that be wearing them shits that I'm terrified of.
Yeah.
Oh,
listen.
Actually, it's a lot of white kids in the mall where I'm like, I'm gonna go back to the food court.
I don't care.
I don't
what
want to
color
go
you
buy
are, what
lids.
race you
Chappelle's
are.
whole bit. The white guy's the scariest guy in the crew.
Yeah, that's a
There's
fact.
no telling what he
I'd
did
be
to
a
get
crew
their
just of white
acceptance.
guys with shiesties, and I'm 14 years old. I'm turning around.
I don't care what race you are. If you have on the shiesty, I'm calling the police on you. Period.
Maybe their faces. I have
There
a
should be a
bedazzled
shiesty
one.
hotline.
I don't care if it's bedazzled. I don't care what it is. If I can't see who you are, I'm calling the police.
I bought it for the Beyonce concert. It's like, but like it has like stones all over it, but it's a shiesty, and I have the matching like bodysuit.
Yeah, niggas will shoot you in that. Niggas is wearing bodysuits out here killing niggas for sure.
Nice.
They killing niggas in bodysuits. I don't know if y'all know that.
I did.
Killers,
I wasn't
I
aware.
wasn't
of it.
aware.
yeah, killers is wearing bodysuits now. Yeah,
Like
for sure.
motorcycle bodysuits, or like just straight. Like
No, the
Fashion
bodysuits,
Nova.
the bodysuit, the old American Apparel bodysuits. Yeah, niggas is wearing those.
Where are they hiding the gun?
And the snap in the middle. Like,
Hey, yo, all right.
The snap.
We'll talk to y'all soon. Be safe. Be blessed.
Sick.
Have a good week. I'm that nigga. He's just ginger. Peace.
A razor blade under your tongue going into your gooch in a bodysuit is a wild transition of generations.
Maul, you be on
That's
snapping
sick.
girls when girls have the bodysuit snap.
Might as well keep all those.
That thing be wet.
Oh my god.
All right, bye.
Is it weird that I really like that?
No worry and